Chillicothe. And this game is underway. A high short kick taken by
Shannon Brown, going to receive the punt at about the 15-yard line. He's got some room already. One man there to get him.
He's going to go, Ed. It's going to be a touchdown for Chillicothe.
Opening kickoff. Shannon Brown takes it 85, 86 yards for a score.
So many times do you see that opening kickoff bobbled, and they always seem to, the pursuer runs the play and they score.
13 seconds into the ball game, and the last person that had an opportunity to stop that was Jordan Jackson, the kicker, and had a blocker out in front of him. He was kind of shielded out of the play, so Cavaliers get out and score first here with 13 seconds gone.
Boy, that put a hush over this stadium real quick. Chillicothe on to attempt the extra point. Looks like they're waiting for a couple more players to come on the field. That may have caught them by surprise.
They're almost certainly going, well, they call it timeout.
Chillicothe takes the timeout.
Did you think that was kind of a bad call? I don't mean to start out negative,
well,
but take the 5-yard penalty. All they're going to do is delay a game on you.
Little inexperience showing early in the game here by Chillicothe, but they are on the board, 6-0.
See, I always wanted to be a coach, Barry. You know, not really at all, of course, but, you know, I'm just thinking, they called a timeout. You're right. There's a little bit of inexperience.
We all have our fantasies.
They were about 2 seconds.
You always wanted to be a coach. I've always wanted to win the lottery.
Actually, I would prefer to win the lottery.
Well, some of these coaches make enough that they've already won the lottery.
They were probably about 2 seconds away from delay a game, and the extra point is up and good, so Cavaliers take
plenty of leg.
Quick 7-0 lead here. Boy, they'll let the air out of your balloon.
Whew.
I don't know if we got a replay of that or not, but if we do, we might be able to see it again. I'm not real sure whether we're going to have that.
I wasn't ready for that yet. I'm sure our camera people were. They've been here since yesterday, I think.
I wasn't ready for it either, but it's behind us now. It's history. There's 11:47 to go on the clock. And we're in first period, and the Cavaliers lead by 7 already. It's the first one of those we've seen in quite a few years, I think. I don't remember too many kickoffs run back for touchdown.
I remember watching George Stump run 99 yards with a quarterback sneak one night up here on a hilltop.
Larry Boehner.
Larry Boehner or George Stump?
I believe you'll find, if you look it up in the records, Barry, Larry Boehner did that. I don't think I don't have any large bills to place on it, but I tell you what we do. We'll look that up. We got records in here somewhere, don't we? Anyhow, Logan's going to get a chance to get the ball now. Unfortunately, they didn't want it that way.
I don't want to say I told you so when you find out what happens. Two pretty good quarterbacks in high school talking about George Stump and Larry Boehner.
Definitely are.
Price, Zimmerman, and Myers back deep for the Chieftains.
Well, Ed, I stand corrected. It was Larry Boehner.
I remember that well.
I knew it was a quarterback. I knew it was 99 yards. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
And you may have known it was 1960, which I
1960. Knew too. Jim Myers with the ball, broke up the sideline.
Going to be up to about the 30-yard line, almost exactly the 30-yard line. The Chiefs are going to get a chance now. They trail by 7 already early in the ball game.
On their own 30. He was taken out of bounds by Carl Ferguson.
Well, we're going to see the first series of offensive plays run. Logan down 7-0 on the strength of an 88-yard kickoff return by number 5, Shannon Brown from Chillicothe. Extra point was good.
There you see it already. Chiefs have the ball, though, and they're ready to go.
Nice night for football.
It is a nice night. Pretty good crowd here. You don't see too many empty seats. Decent crowd here on the Chillicothe side.
Brian Miller, quarterback for the Chiefs.
Brian Miller, quarterback, and this is out to Ricketts. We got a flag on the play. I think we might have a hold on number 60. We have a hold on the Chieftains, I believe. Chad Ricketts, the ball carrier.
Ed, we had quite a few injuries last week. I looked down the field. I still see number 27. That's our star tailback, John Cosgrove, in his civilian clothes. I see 86. That's Gary Colleton, not dressed this evening. Hopefully these two young men will get healthy for the league, and we can.
We do see number 44, Matt Mellinger, on the sidelines talking to the offensive coordinator, Jim Robinson. Jim Robinson is in charge of the offense for the Chiefs. Sends him back in.
Got a holding call. It's going to bring a first down and 21 for the Chiefs from their own 18-yard line. It's awful difficult. Your man's beating you not to hold him in and bring him down.
You're not kidding. There's that temptation there. You want to do your job.
Logan floods this side with 3 receivers. Brian Miller back to pass.
Got
Hits
Ricketts
number
over the
33
middle.
over the middle, and Chad picks up about 6 yards.
Pass is complete to Ricketts.
Going to bring up probably a second down and about 14, I suppose.
Larry Reynolds on the tackle.
Yeah, right at 15. Second and 15. First reception of the ball game for Chad Ricketts, and first pass for
Correction,
Brian Miller.
O.J. Netter on the tackle.
O.J. Netter, the big tailback, the star tailback for the Cavaliers, on the tackle also. He plays both ways. Again, Brian Miller quarterback with Myers and Ricketts behind him. This is Jim Myers.
Myers, the ball carrier.
Not much blocking on the left side of the line that time. And
Nowhere to
Jim
go.
Myers got nailed in the backfield.
Going to bring up a third down and
Netter on the
16.
tackle.
Jim broke one tackle and almost avoided the other one, but the pursuit just outran him and brought him down for about a 2-yard loss.
That play looked like it might have developed a little slowly, Barry. I don't know whether there was any problem there or not, but you see a good picture of the Logan huddle. Number 72 in there, Dustin Grove. He's the tackle on our side. Miller back to throw. He's going to be swamped at about the 13-yard line. Must have been good defense there. He did have some time, but
You can credit that sack to the coverage downfield, and I was kind of watching that. Chillicothe played good man-to-man defense in the secondary.
And Bird on the tackle.
No place to go, no place to hide.
And
And,
to punt for the
fourth
Chiefs.
down and a country mile, or right at it, 25 yards. So Jackson in to punt.
he's putting from right around his 5, Ed. 4th and 26. Chillicothe stacking that line of scrimmage.
Got one man. He got one man back to receive this.
Nice
And the
high
punt is
kick.
up in the air. It's going to come down and take a neutral bounce, more or less. Now it goes the other way, and Logan Chiefs are right there on it. Ball still in Chieftain territory at about the 42. So
First and 10, the ball
Cavaliers are going to get a
53.
good field position to start their second. Well, actually their first play from scrimmage.
Yeah.
Is it? I got the answer for you.
First down for the Cavaliers, Chieftain 42-yard line. They already lead by 7 on the strength of a return opening kickoff, an 88-yard return. Good play there.
Great
That's
play.
again number 33,
So Chad Ricketts.
Chad Ricketts, and Chad
2 blitzing linebackers for the Chiefs that time.
Ricketts on the tackle.
That can fire the whole team up to play
That
like
can.
that. It's early, but
it's early. You got to get back in the game sometime. Chad Ricketts stops the Cavalier ball carrier for 3-yard loss. They could fire up the defense, which, you know, is kind of contagious. Could get both units fired up.
take a turnover here.
Ball's
on the ground.
Ball's on the ground. That's the place we like to see it. It's going to be a Cavaliers ball. It's almost sure that they fell on it, but it's going to bring up a third down and about 15, I suppose.
Tried that little delay off tackle. Missed a handoff.
Little miss
Chillicothe recovers their own
direction.
fumble.
Barry, that was kind of prophetic. We could use a turnover here, and the next thing you know, I looked around, the ball's on the ground. Say it again. Say it again.
Say it again, huh?
Third down and 14, let's say, for the Cavaliers. 15 on the clock, it says. Obvious patching situation. Back to throw is Valentine. He throws it
He's
real
open.
deep. And
Ooh.
well, I tell you, that was a well-timed play. We got a flag on the play. We're going to have roughing the passer.
I think so, Ed. It's called on.
Flag on the play.
Looks like Tim Bookman back there for a little extra holding. Calling holding against Chillicothe.
Good.
I didn't see
refuse
it
that.
take place. It's a late flag, and a lot of times that will indicate roughing the passer. But holding against Chillicothe, Logan, I'm sure will refuse that penalty. Take the ball. Of course, if it take him the spot of the foul, let him put it back to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, we'll get the ball.
Always take the ball, don't you?
I think so. I think that's pretty much the way you do it. We'll apologize to Tim Bookman there too. It was kind of one of those things when we thought it was, that's what it was, but looked like Tim was held, not the other way around.
Chillicothe to punt their first time.
The punt's off.
Nice high kick.
Yes, it is. It's number 15, John Snow, the punt's
Oh,
in.
good Chillicothe bounce.
Oh,
it's going to be inside the 5-yard line.
Going to bounce out about the 6. Kind of died there, and the Chiefs are going to have their back to the wall, but they're going to have the ball.
Good defensive stand by the Chiefs, Ed.
It was.
Forced a fumble.
Start out with a 3-yard loss on first down. A fumble was recovered by the Cavaliers, and then an incomplete pass with the holding penalty, which was refused. So good defensive stand. You're right.
1st and 10 for the Chiefs from their own, it looks like about the 7-yard line, Ed.
Got to move the ball here, get it out of Chieftain territory. The whole game's been played down at this end of the field so far. Miller hands off to Ricketts. He picks up maybe a yard, tough yard.
Ricketts, the ball carrier.
We'd like to see him get into the open field. He's a quick little scat back. He can elude some tackles.
He gets to that line, we'll see him run.
Tim Anderson on the tackle.
If you're just now joining us, the Chiefs trail already 7-0. It was 7 minutes to go in the first half. They ran back the opening kickoff. Chiefs now have the ball, 2nd down and 8. Ricketts gained 2. He's back to throw, and it's going to be a fumble. Almost certainly going to be a fumble. It's going to be Cavaliers' ball.
They're calling out a fumble, Ed.
Did not go forward.
I was watching the receiver on this end down here and didn't see the play, but
well, I saw Brian Miller's hand go up, and the ball, as soon as it went up like this, the ball popped out. He was not in forward, was not throwing the ball.
boy, had a huge break for the Chillicothe Cavaliers. They run back the opening kickoff, and now they got the ball on the Logan 2-yard line. 1st and 10 to go. 1st and goal to go on the 2.
The Logan coach is down there saying, hey, you know, let's call it an incomplete pass, but I don't know. I'm going to stay out of it, but
well, it's not going to happen.
you got to see some forward motion of that arm, and if that occurs, it's a forward pass. But anyhow, Cavaliers with the ball, and they're going to be in the end zone again for another touchdown real quickly here, and that's O.J. Netter.
The ball carrier, touchdown, Chillicothe.
Puts them out ahead 13-0 here early in the ball game. The Chiefs just can't get a break.
Pretty quiet. Hilltop, Ed, at Bill Sauer Field. Score 13-0. 6.5 minutes to go here in the first period of play. Makes the second time we've heard a Chillicothe fight song. Let's hope we don't hear any more tonight. Try for the extra points coming up. Kicks down, up, and it's no good. Wide left.
Wide left.
Logan trails 13-0.
There's a little break.
Ensuing
Maybe start out
kickoff
little.
time.
Kick is no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, if the Cavaliers can run back at kickoff, there's absolutely no reason the Chiefs just can't do the same. So we're going to see what they're made out of
That's
here,
right.
going down 13-0 in the first inside of 6 minutes played in this game.
I tell you, it's tough to stop a team at 1st and goal from the 2-yard line.
Oh, yeah. Especially after you've just let down like
Yeah.
this, you can't get back up.
And 29 for the homecoming game with Miami Trace.
So the Cavaliers are going to be kicking to the Chieftains now. Chiefs will get the ball again, another chance to run it.
7th and 8th graders. They will be delivered Friday during the lunch period. Buy one for your favorite Logan Chieftains fan.
Tom Price, Chad Zimmerman, and Jim Myers back to receive this kickoff. Right in the middle there is Dwayne Funk. He'd get anything short. Basically, Tom Price and Chad Zimmerman deeper.
Tonight, let's go! Come on, Chiefs!
Chillicothe is still in the huddle, ready to kick this ball deep to the Logan Chiefs. Pretty good crowd yet tonight.
Pretty good crowd. I don't know how long it'll last, Barry, if things don't turn around here.
Well, I figured Chillicothe's had their breaks tonight. Logan's due for theirs, and we'll end up with a good ball game for it's all over.
They've had their share. I mean, we need to get back into this pretty quickly before we get clear down and out. And
That's
the
right.
kickoff is underway. It's going to be a good kick, and Chad Zimmerman's going to field it at the 10-yard line, right at the 10-yard line. He's got a little bit of room, and comes up to the 30, 25 that is, and that's where he's going to start.
Tackled by Matt Mauger, number 33 for Chillicothe, upended Chad.
Zimmerman, the ball
Logan
carrier.
takes over on their own 25-yard line. 1st and 10, 6:29 to go here in the first period of play. Logan down 13-0.
Can't get it all back at one time. Let's take it down now, and I'll tell you what, Barry, we'll get a couple first downs over the 50-yard line into the Cavalier territory and then go from there. Can't get it all back at one score. Miller again with Myers and Ricketts behind him. Chad Ricketts has a little bit of room there.
Picks up 5 yards.
Picks up 4 or 5 yards.
Ricketts, the ball carrier. Netter and Lytle on the tackle.
2nd down and 5. Ball's right now at the 30-yard line, resting right on the Chieftains' 30-yard line.
See, Brooks Burris is in there tonight. He hurt his ankle last week in the Zanesville game, missed about 2 or 3 series of downs, but anxious to see us run over him a little bit.
Miller back to pass, little draw play, and Ricketts is going outside this time. He's got some speed. He's going to get out there and going to go for the first down. There you saw some of the speed that Chad has.
First down for the Chieftains.
Came to the line, wasn't anything there, so he turned right.
Linebacker number 49 had an angle on Chad, or thought he did. Chad just turned on the jets and scooted around the corner, picked up about 7 yards for Logan's first down, first down of the ball game. We're not out of this game. We've got a long way to go, and well-coached, well-disciplined football team. Just the breaks have gone against us, and we'll be all right.
Eric Cox split out to our side here. Chad Zimmerman to the other side. Handoff this time to Jim Myers. He's got a little running room.
Jim Myers got a first down.
Got a first down, so they opened up a little bit in the middle there. Jim made a good run there. Pretty good size hole he was running through, too. Offensive line, that's where the play begins. First down, the ball still in Chieftain territory, but just about a yard away from the 50.
Good
Miller.
seats, Ed.
Good seats, good seats. Ricketts with the ball, boy, he's hit hard, but he keeps chugging. He's going to pick up 3 or 4. I'm going to give him about 3, I guess. Long 3. I'm sure that the people on the scoreboard here will give him 4. They are definitely optimists. Harry and Joe, they'll give him 4 if it's.
And Jason Lytle on the tackle.
2nd down and 6 for the Chiefs. Now inside of Cavalier territory.
That's easy for you to say.
No, it's not. I brushed my teeth for a game. Can't do a thing with them. Almost the first down. That's Chad Ricketts.
Picked up another 5 yards by Chad. Logan's starting to establish a running game, Ed, which could go a long way and getting some confidence back in this team.
Definitely would.
Look up on the scoreboard with 6 minutes to go. It was 13-0, and Logan didn't have a first down. We moved the ball well this drive and picked up 3 or 4 first downs all on the ground.
I tell you that you know as well as I do, and everybody out there knows, when you run the ball like that, it opens up a whole lot of other possibilities if you need them too. Ricketts nowhere to go this time. We got a flag on the play.
Ricketts, the ball carrier, flag on the play.
I'm hoping for a face mask penalty, Ed, but I think it's going to be holding. Oh, motion against the Chiefs. I thought I saw someone move real quick, but the official didn't throw the flag until the play was almost over.
Most time you see a motion or a shifting penalty like that, the flag is thrown at the snap of the ball.
And thrown in the backfield.
In the backfield. That was thrown up at the line. I don't know about that. Well, I mean, that's the honest truth. I don't know about that. Illegal movement.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
Which is a little bit different, a whole lot different than 3rd and 2.
Right.
Cuts down on your options. Of course, Logan has established a little running game, and we'll see what happens here. Cox out to this side. Miller with the ball, and he's going to go back to throw it. He's rolling right. He's got a man out there.
Oh, Jim Myers just off the tip of his fingers. A little too long.
Miller's pass intended for Jim Myers, incomplete.
Going to bring up a 4th down and probably a punting situation. We see a new team going in. Punting guys going in.
Good news is that Logan moved the ball consistently on the ground that series of downs and got stopped by a penalty.
And some other good news is they're going to, Chillicothe should get the ball, or not in quite, well, I won't say that, but Logan has a better field. Let's put it this way, Logan has better field position to punt from.
Let's hope so.
And the punt is off. Jackson gets the ball up in the air, and it's going to be, this time it's going to take a good Logan bounce. It's going to end up as a real good punt inside or real close to the 5-yard line, right on the 5-yard line.
Well, number 22 for Chillicothe. That's O.J. Netters awful close to that ball down there bouncing around the end zone.
If he'd touch it or if he didn't touch him.
The Chieftains off to an inauspicious start tonight. On the opening play, Shannon Brown goes 88 yards on the kickoff to score a touchdown, and then a crucial turnover deep in their own possession allowed Chillicothe going for another score. Early on, the Chieftains are down 13-0, unable so far to generate much on offense. Cavaliers have the ball. The Chieftain defense is going to have to play tough as we near the end of the first quarter. For more of tonight's play-by-play action, let's go back up top to Ed and Barry.
Thanks, Bill. Again, we're trying to figure out what's going on the field. There's an encroachment penalty against the Cavaliers. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. The Chiefs take the penalty.
Must be going to go for it, Ed, so I can figure.
If they take the penalty, they're going to go for it. The ball ended up at the 5-yard line, and if they weren't going to go for it, Barry, they would have refused the penalty.
I would have thought so.
So they're going to go for it with 4th down and about 2.5-yard lines. And, you know, I like this. It depends on how it turns out. I like it. I like it anyhow.
Right.
I like it anyhow.
Got a timeout on the field, called by the Logan Chiefs to talk this over and see what they're going to do here. I'm sure Coach Dale Amis will be out there with his influence to decide what play we're going to run. He's talking to his quarterback on the sidelines right now.
About 4th down and 2.5 yards. You know, trying to be a little bit more specific. It's a short 3, let's put it that way.
Dairy Queen of Logan, Subway sandwiches.
Be interesting to see what they run here, Barry. They're obviously going to go for it. I mean, you know, like you said, that's the decision they made.
Bush's Dressing, Old Town Pizza, and Shake Shop. Also, Rocky Boots and
Whole bunch of Logan Trust down there. Ryan Carpenter down there talking it over.
Withdrawing each green
Just to remind you that tonight's kind of a joint effort between Dimension Cable Services from Logan and Chillicothe. So we're glad to have you folks along with us tonight.
Ryan Carpenter goes back into the ball game. Brian Miller goes back into the ball game. So they got something in their mind.
This game's going to be broadcast in Chillicothe, and we apologize to you Chillicothe fans up front. We are biased. We root for the Chiefs. We try to call a fair game, but our contract doesn't call for any that stuff. We root for the Logan Chiefs. Logan back.
Oh, we are glad to have
Brian Miller back to pass. He's under some pressure. He's tackled for about a 10-yard loss, Ed, so that kind of backfired on us.
Miller was tackled by Tim Anderson.
So we had a exchange of field position by about 50 yards.
Just about 50 yards, close to it, 48, let's say. But I'll tell you, Barry, I still think that's the thing to do.
Well, it's easy to second guess and say, look where you would have been if, but look where it would have been if the play had been completed. We would have had a 1st down around the 40-yard line, kept the drive alive, and maybe you could have scored and got right back into this game. But a lot of time left.
Chillicothe, obviously, with great coverage in the secondary. Brian Miller had a little bit of time, didn't see anybody open. The pass is complete out to the right side. That's Netter.
Got some speed.
No, that's Shannon Brown. I'm sorry. That's Shannon Brown. He's going to take it down to the 10-yard line. Boy, you can see that one developing.
Yes.
Gets the ball, and they're just going to let him run with it. They know where their speed is. They know where their strengths are.
Tackled by Ricketts and
Pick up about 35 yards on that play, Ed. Little flare outside.
Joey Soul.
Well executed.
Joey Soul and Chad Ricketts on the tackle. Down around inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
How many times you see a big play after a big play like that?
An awful lot. It's a good call, too. A good offensive call. First man through has the ball. He's going to pick up about 5. Good
Bobby Bird on the carry.
Good misdirection there by the quarterback, Todd Valentine.
5'11", 239-pound fullback for the Chillicothe Cavaliers.
Brooks Burris, Dustin Grove, and Ryan Carpenter go in to beef up that line a little bit. Ricketts and Dreamweaver and Joey Soul come out in the goal line defense. Inside the 5-yard line, 2nd down and 4. They're going to still go on. He's moving on. Nobody's going to stop him. They're going to call him stopped. Forward progress at about the 1. They don't want to get down.
Netter, the ball carrier.
We've seen 3 extremely talented tailbacks so far this year.
We definitely have. We see another one tonight, of course.
Justin Gale for Nelsonville, York, and Sid Hall last week for Zanesville, and tonight, O.J. Netter.
Yeah, Sid Hall last week put on a clinic.
Of course, we got a pretty good tailback of our own, but he's in his street clothes this evening.
3rd and goal from about the 1.5-yard line. They give it to the man over the top, and he's in there. Good camera work. You saw it.
Good camera. Number 22, takes it to the top. That's O.J. Knitter. Zanesville up 19-0 here with 1:13 seconds left to go here in the first period of play.
O.J. Knitter, the ball carrier, touchdown, Chillicothe.
Point after attempt is coming up here, and Chillicothe missed her last one wide to the left. I don't know whether they're going to go for 2 or just go for the 1 with a 19-point lead. You might want to get to the 21. I don't know. They're in the huddle. They are going to go for 2. You often see that in high school football. They miss an extra point kicking wise and go for 2 to try to get it. The quarterback still has the ball. Valentine this time out to Netter. Flags down. And it's going to be short of the goal line. So if the penalty is on Chillicothe, and I believe it is,
we'll
might have a hole in the middle there.
Netter attempts a 2-point conversion.
Holding against Chillicothe. Penalty will be declined. Logan holds against Cavaliers in the 2-point conversion.
I don't know whether they'll mark this off on the kickoff or not. They often do if they're going. I don't know how they do
I don't
this.
think they would. If it was on an extra point and the point would have been good, they may have marked it off, or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that either, but penalty was.
Officials are spotting the ball at the 40-yard line, so the play
goes to stands, the penalty was refused, and that's it.
That's it. Logan trails 19-zip. Chillicothe to kick off again.
They've been doing a lot of kicking off here early.
Too much.
19-0, the Cavaliers lead in what looks like could be, unless the Chiefs get back out there and play some ball, it could be a blowout. I mean, let's face it could get nasty. 1:13 to go, first period, down by 19. We're going to see what they're made out of. Of course, the last 2 weeks, Barry, we've seen 2 different halves of football.
We sure have. In both games.
In both games. Last week, of course, it was Zanesville's turn in the second half, and the week before that against the Buckeyes, Nelsonville York Buckeyes, the Chiefs come out and played like a house on fire.
I'm sure Dale Emmys is looking for the Chiefs to play a whole game like they did second half against Zanesville and the second half against Nelsonville.
Good kick, and who's going to see? This is
Jim Myers.
Jim Myers has the ball and has a little bit of room. He looked for a hole and probably did a good job of looking for a hole.
Flags all over the field.
The play dies at the 30-yard line. They might tag some on top of that. I'm not real sure what they got. Unsportsmanlike or personal foul against the Cavaliers. Let's see what we got. They're going to tack some on to the end of that.
15 big ones.
Brings the ball up to the 45-yard line for the Chieftains. Dead ball, face mask, personal foul against the Cavaliers. So Chiefs are going to get a little bit of advantage there. They're at the balls at their own 45-yard line. They trail by 19, 1:07 to go, first quarter action here at the Hilltop.
Brian Miller in charge of the Chieftain offense tonight. So far, we've been pretty well stymied. Handoff to Chad Ricketts, and he's stopped in the backfield for the loss of a yard. It's going to bring up second down and 11.
Yeah, that's going to be it's going to be tough to get back into ball game. 38 seconds to go here, first quarter action. The Chiefs not showing a lot of offense tonight, Bear. A few times
a pretty good sustained drive going and lost it.
Penalty got him.
Right.
Eric Cox split out to our side. Let's see, that's Zimmerman on the other side. And Myers and Ricketts behind Miller. This time it's to Ricketts, the second man through. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gain a yard. Going to bring up a third down. We'll try to watch the coverage, secondary coverage of this third down play, Barry. I'm going to try to. It's pretty obvious that the Cavaliers secondary are really putting the cover, putting the blanket on these Chieftain receivers, intended Chieftain receivers.
That's the end of the
Going to turn around, so we get a timeout here, end of the first quarter. We'll soon see it on the scoreboard. The Chiefs trail by 19 to nothing. Here's our Logan High School TV2 trivia contest, sponsored by Pizza Crossing. Now, there's a reason for this trivia contest. There definitely is. Jason Weaver, number 61 for the Chieftains, code name Dreamweaver.
Yeah.
We talked about this last week. Who sang the 1976 hit song Dreamweaver? And right now, I think we can eliminate E
and A
and A. and you can go from there. And you know, this is probably for some of you oldies out, from you golden oldies out there, 76.
Well, I know exactly what it was.
Well, as we've said before, let's go down to Bill Morgan to the sidelines and see what he sees here in the first half that we don't see. Come in, Bill.
Come on. The Chieftains are going to have to regroup between quarters here. Early on, they're behind 19-0 due to the unbelievable speed of Chillicothe wide receiver Shannon Brown, who runs back the opening kickoff and had a big play right before Chillicothe's third touchdown. Now for second quarter play-by-play action, let's go back up top to Ed and Barry.
Thank you, Bill. We're back to play here, starting the second quarter. Chiefs trail by 19, and he's got it right on the head.
Good protection.
Brown. Miller back to throw.
Got a screen pass set up.
Got some blocks out in front of him. Boy, I tell you, it closes up pretty quickly, though.
Tripped up over his own man, I believe.
Jimmy Meyer's going to be short of the first down. It depends on where they spot the ball. They're going to spot it about 4 yards short of the first down, so it's going to bring up a fourth down. The ball in Chillicothe territory, just over the 50-yard line.
Josh Jackson in to do the punting again for the Logan Chiefs.
Jackson in the front for the Chieftains.
Hope you turned in to us earlier tonight and got to see that pregame interview with Josh Jackson, now kicking for Ohio State.
Punts up in the air. This is a good one. It's high up in the air. It's going to be fielded by...
calls for a fair catch, 6-yard, an excellent punt.
Fielded by O.J. Netter. But I'll tell you, when he waves off like that, it's good to see it no matter where he is, because he can run. Of course, right now it's been the run of Shannon Brown for the Cavaliers, who run back the opening kickoff. And
We have Brian Mays here with us.
well, folks, listen, we got another old-timer here tonight. We got guest commentator. You didn't even know that, did you, Brian? Brian Mays is with us again here. Brian Mays, a Logan High School graduate and a TV2 graduate, one of the fine announcers from days going by. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing well, Ed. How are you doing?
Real good to see you.
I'd be a little better if we were maybe up 19-0 instead of trailing in the second quarter here, but it's good to be back. Good to see Logan fans once again, and it's fun to be back at the Hilltop.
Well, I'll tell you, this 19-0 score, like you said, it'd be a lot better if it was on the other side, but it just isn't to be right now. The Chiefs hope to get back into it. Right now, the Cavaliers got their back to the goal line. How's things going for you?
Things are going well. Working up at WBNS Radio with the sports department there, and we've done a couple new things at the station. We've added some sports talk shows, and of course, our coverage on football game day start like 6 hours before kickoff, so it's nice to have a weekend off. It's been pretty busy so far.
Well, it's real good to see you. Of course, Barry and I, you know how we work. Our game preparation start at 7:25, and it's good again to see a professional at this job. And I tell you what, I hate to blame you, but everything there, wave to the crowd, Brian. Where are we at there? There's Brian.
Hi, Mom.
I hate to say this because it sounds kind of negative, but everything I know, Brian taught me.
I'm not even going to answer that, but there's no response to that comment
I'm in trouble because you taught me everything I know, Ed.
And
down the road we go.
Well, it's real good to see you, Brian. Real good to see you here back at the Hilltop.
It's a pleasure, and I wish I could come back more, but it's nice when I can come back and see all the good folks in Logan, because you miss them every once in a while and you're up in the big city.
Yeah, well, maybe you can bring us some luck here in the second half.
I got scared when I saw what they did to Brookhaven last week, and that kind of scared me because Brookhaven always has great athletes, so I thought we'd have to play the top-notch game, and I know we came off a heartbreaker to Zanesville, so I knew it was going to be tough tonight, and I know that we've got our two of our top players out with injuries as well, so
that hurts.
It's going to be rough, but I still like the chances in the league.
I do too. I do too. I guess
shot.
these are all tune-ups for the league in a way. You know, I mean, you like to win them all, but this kind of competition sure ain't going to hurt you once you get into the SEO.
All right, I'm done talking. That's
Thank
it.
you.
Thanks,
Thank
Brian.
you very much. Sure appreciate it. Good to see you, Brian.
Good to have Brian up here with us. While we were chatting with Brian, Chillicothe ran a couple plays, and looks like they picked up a first down, so it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Logan 15-yard, Logan 12-yard line.
Brian will probably want a fee for guest commentation.
I don't do this stuff.
I think the word's out about the pizza coming up here. We get more and more people up here getting our pizza every week.
Cavaliers take the first down, and they got a first down now. Valentine back to throw. He's got a man out this side, that quick man. We're going to have, somebody tripped somebody, but maybe it was the
fell
field.
on his own 2 feet.
Shannon Brown, that fleet-footed receiver for the Cavaliers, came right out, and he was pretty wide open. And
he was, but he tripped on his own 2 feet. He wanted to flag, but no one to blame but himself.
Well, he wanted one, and I thought we'd see one, to tell you the truth. This is post right here in front of us was kind of blocking his feet action.
Official right on top of the call.
Second down and 10 for the Cavaliers, an incomplete pass. The clock stopped, 10:38 to go, first half action.
You're going to see that again before night's over, I'm sure.
We're going to see
They
it
see
again
it right here.
now.
Over
Pass
the
over
middle
the
of the
middle.
tight end, and
Gets
he's
it.
got some speed.
He's big, big man.
Boy, that's a well-executed play, brought down on a touchdown-saving tackle by number 40,
Chris Hall.
Chris Hall saved the touchdown.
Tom Henshaw.
Big number, Tom Henshaw, took the pass over the middle, and as they say on the Sports Center, he rumbled, stumbled for about 38 yards for a first down inside Logan territory.
6'5", 190 pounds, and the 6'5" is the about half that's legs.
I was 6'5" once.
Big gainer for the Cavaliers. The Chiefs again got their back up to it, and it's going to be, I don't know, we got to sort this one out. It looked like a Chief moved, the Cavalier moved, and the Chieftain down lineman moved, and the left guard for the Cavaliers moved also, so we're going to have to see what happens. We'll sort this out. It just basically depends on where the Chieftain defender was in the neutral zone, or over the neutral zone. They're going to call it against the Cavaliers. Oh, no, they're going to call it against the Chiefs. Thought they might. That's a tough one to stomach for the crowd here.
Another break against the Logan Chieftains, Ed, bringing up brings up a 1st and 5, and it sure gives your offense a lot more opportunity to do a lot of different things at 1st and 5 than at 2nd and 10.
Valentine, the quarterback for the Cavaliers. In motion goes Shannon Brown, and back to throw it. He's going to hit Shannon Brown on the right side. Nice move, didn't get him where in that time, but they're going to call we're going to have a flag. I don't know. I thought I saw official reaching for a flag. But I'll tell you got to get that man real quick when he gets that ball, because one step and he's out of there.
Boom. Down the sidelines he'll go.
And Chiefs defenders did that time. They wrapped him up as soon as he got the ball.
Chillicotte's done a nice job getting the ball to him tonight, too, on a couple of those quick outs. And he knows what to do with it once he's got it. Handoff
little
inside.
bit of misdirection there on one coming this way. It's going to be close to the first down. I'm sure the officials will stop the clock. Now we'll wait till they see when they get it spotted. That again is Shannon Brown. Coming from the other side, it's going to be short of the first down. 3rd down in about a yard, a little bit over a yard.
Probably see Chillicothe go for this 4th down, Ed.
Yeah, they're definitely in 4-down territory, and with the 19-point lead and the momentum they got going right now, it's 3rd down and 1. They may never face the 4th down, but we got a penalty on the play, and don't know exactly what we're seeing here. Maybe somebody doesn't have their equipment on right.
We have a encroachment against the Chiefs.
Well, that was called pretty quick. Call
Another
encroachment. You got a chance to line up, don't you?
I thought you did. Another 5 yards against the Chieftains, though.
Yeah, we can't do it. We can't officiate, coach, and announce and broadcast and keep statistics and everything, but it's a 1st down the easy way for the Cavaliers. Penalty on the Chiefs. It was.
Well, Ed, Logan needs to suck it up. This could get nasty. Could be a real blowout here with about 8 minutes to go in the first half. Logan down 19-0, and Cavaliers on a march again.
Ooh, nice little spin move there that time by Netter. Didn't get him a whole lot, but got him an opportunity to take a few more steps.
Tackled by Brett Hankerson.
Not the fault of the officials, Ed, but they seem to be blowing the whistle awful quick on some of these running plays tonight.
Brett Hankerson in on the tackle, and I agree with you. The progress down at the other end of the field there, the guy was still going, looked like. Fortunately for the Chiefs, it was a Cavalier,
Yeah.
but
Second and 10 from the Logan 20-yard line for the Chillicothe Cavaliers.
Shannon Brown split out to our side. He's the one with all the speed. This time the hands off to Netter inside, and he's going to be hit real hard. We might have a hold on the Cavaliers.
Flag on the play.
I don't know what we're going to have. I won't even venture this.
Very impressed with Logan's run defense tonight.
So, Myers and Funk on the tackle.
Penalty is going to be against Chillicothe.
Looks like a major.
5 yards from the line of scrimmage.
It's a 10-yard holding penalty.
10-yard holding penalty. 10-yard holding.
Holding
You're right.
against the Cavs.
Going to bring up a 2nd down and 20. The Cavaliers right now going the wrong way, but I'll tell you, Barry, if nothing else, we got to try to get the ball back. We got to make some kind of defensive show here. Get the ball back. Hopefully get on the scoreboard. At least not let Chillicothe rack up any more points. Myers finally on the tackle, and the ball carrier is Brown, and boy, he is quick. 5'9", 156-pound senior. He's quick. He's another one of them good tailbacks we've been talking about.
Not to be confused with the Shannon Brown we went to school with. This guy is, Shannon was a football player, but I think Shannon played on the line, didn't he?
Pardon?
Shannon Brown?
Yeah.
He played on the line.
He may have. I don't know. It was before my time, Barry. Brown in motion, and this time the hands off up to the big guy in the middle. That's number 49, Bobby Bird.
That's number 77, Brian Klump.
I believe that's 49. Is that 49?
Yeah. It's going to bring up 4th and 4.
49, Bobby Bird, 5'11", 239-pound junior. It's going to bring up the 4th down, as Barry mentioned there, and as you mentioned earlier too, Barry, I think they'll probably go for it. They are. They appear to be going for it. This time we got another James Lee split out to our side. A couple people split out wide, and boy, what a long count. Again, Chiefs jump offside into the neutral zone. Chillicothe going to get another 1st down the easy way.
It is just a situation tonight where the Chiefs can't do anything right so far.
First down.
Chillicothe is a good football team. I'll give them that, but Logan is not as bad a football team as they're playing tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, that's for sure. We know that. And this Chillicothe team, as you mentioned, 3-0, and as Brian mentioned, our guest commentator Brian Mays, and you know, they beat the Brookhaven team last week pretty strong, and as he mentioned, Brookhaven always has good athletes, good football, and maybe that's an indication this Chillicothe team is much improved. Heard Dick Short talking last week after our ball game, kind of dropped in on the Lancaster ball game, talking about Chillicothe. And he also was talking about how they've really improved, and they think they have a lot of strength. Another encroachment penalty against the Chiefs, and I'll tell you, they're shooting themselves in the foot right now when they don't need it. They got to try to get back in this ball game somehow, and this sure isn't helping. Three 5-yard encroachment penalties on this drive from the Chieftains. They're trying to get a little advantage. This is Netter, and he hits the line and goes wide right.
Got a flag on the play.
Boy, he is strong too, Barry. For no bigger than he is.
And fast.
5'9", 170 pounds, and he bounces off some of them bigger guys.
Got a holding call coming against Zanesville.
Awful lot of penalties in this ball game.
It's going to be a long ball game.
It's going to be a real long ball game for the Chiefs if they don't get back in it.
Look at the Logan paper tonight. The coaches and media have all picked Logan to win the league. Going to have to play a little better tonight in the league.
Well, as Brian was mentioning there, you know, this is just a tune-up for the league action, but you're exactly right there. They're not showing a whole lot of much at all. Dwayne Funk comes off the field limping a little bit. Looks like he might have a Charlie horse cramping his.
Might take a look at the schedule and see who we got coming up. Next week is another home game against Miami Trace, and then we play Warren, Marietta, Jackson, Gallipolis, and finish up at Athens, which is our 5 league games. Back to pass is the Chillicothe quarterback. He's got a man in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Chillicothe.
James Lee, 6 foot, 143 pounder, gets that ball at the end zone, right at the end line.
Touchdown, Chillicothe.
So the Cavaliers get on the board again, and they go up 25-0 here with 5:30 to go in the first half. Barry, I don't know. We're going to have to start telling jokes or something. It's getting awful quiet here at the Hilltop.
Well,
real quiet.
There's not much to cheer about. I hate to be negative, but there's just not much for the Chiefs to cheer about.
The extra point attempt is blocked, and Number 33 for Chillicothe, Matt Mauger, who attempted to kick the ball. He's a little bit upset, kicked it low, so it's 25-0.
Let's go, Chiefs! Let's go, Chiefs!
Here's our score you see on the screen there, 25 Chillicothe, zip for the Chiefs.
Yeah, there you go, Bill.
Let's go down to Bill Morgan and see if he can help us out a little bit here.
Against a team like the state-ranked Chillicothe Cavaliers, the Chieftains cannot win by making mistakes on that drive. 3 offsides penalties on the Chieftains helped to lead to the 15-yard touchdown pass from senior quarterback Todd Valentine, the senior wideout Todd Lee. We'll be back with more in just a couple of minutes. Let's go back up top to Ed and Barry.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you a lot, Bill, from down there at the sideline. And Bill kind of summed it up right there. The Chiefs on that drive shot themselves in the foot. The long TD pass on 1st and goal from about the 21-yard line. But what set it up were the 3 maybe unnecessary offside penalties against the Chiefs.
The big one was the 4th and 4. Jumped off sides and gave Chillicothe a first down.
So as we've seen 4 times tonight, the Cavaliers will kick off for the Chiefs.
Matt Mauger kicking.
Mauger's kick is going to be fielded by Zimmerman at the 9-yard line.
Got a pretty good wedge.
Got some wedge. It closed up pretty well. People come around the inside, outside, and that's that speed again, Barry. Because people come down wide and cut in, and it doesn't take them too long to cut in. So the Chiefs are going to start off in their own territory at the 23-yard line. They trail by 25 big ones. 5 to go first half action here. Here you see our LHS TV2 trivia. Pizza Crossing sponsors this, and we appreciate that, of course. Who sang the 76 hit song Dreamweaver? And I think we've eliminated E. Jason Weaver, of course, number 61 for the Chiefs, code name Dreamweaver. Logan High School cheerleaders trying to put some life into this Chieftain crowd, and Miller has got the pass up in the air, and it's going to be intercepted by the Cavaliers. I don't know whether they're going to call it complete or not. If it's inbounds, they're going to call it complete.
The Chillicothe is coming on the field.
No doubt.
The offense.
Cavaliers with the interception, so Logan hasn't had a whole lot of opportunity to get the offense going here. The interception by number 10, Kevin Mathis, 5'9", 152-pound defensive back. He went up for it and came down with it. So the Cavaliers, again, take over in Chieftain territory at about the 45. They have a first down and 10. 4:58 to go.
Back to pass.
Back to pass. He's got people low, and then Chad Zimmerman
Turn it over by
also.
Got some room.
Going to bring the ball back to the 45-yard line, so maybe that's enough right there, Barry, to turn around a little bit.
We'll sure hope so, Ed.
First turnover by the Cavaliers.
Miller on the tackle. Logan ball, 1st and 10.
Well, it picked up about 25 yards in that exchange, Ed. We'll take it.
We'll take it.
1st and 10, Logan from their own 45-yard line. Plenty of time to go here. Should be nice to get a score, Ed.
Got to get on the board. Got to get on the board right now, some way or another, just to get himself a little bit momentum. And I'm sure they'll be trying. Brian Miller, when his troops are in there, Jim Myers and Chad Ricketts behind him. Miller back to throw again. He's got some green out there in front of him. He's going to put his head down and pick up about 5. Good coverage in the secondary. I was kind of watching that time. Chad Zimmerman, the one receiver that Miller seemed to be looking at, he was covered like he was covered. Let's put it that way.
Plays up a 2nd and 5 right at midfield.
Brian Miller that time couldn't find the receiver, so he cut it upfield. This time he's back to throw again. A little draw play to Ricketts. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to pick up the first down and a few to spare. Hasn't been a whole lot of offensive excitement for the Chiefs, so when they pick up the first down,
Gets the crowd fired up too.
Gets the crowd back in the ball game. First and 10 for the Chiefs, 3:39 to go. As you mentioned, very plenty of time to get on the board, and boy, they need it.
Mickey and Anderson on the tackle.
Just need to pick up some yardage to get their self-confidence back, Ed. We've been dominated in every phase of this half by the Chillicothe Cavaliers. Partly their fault and partly our fault.
It's been kind of a sloppy game, both sides, actually. And the Cavaliers, of course, have looked a lot better, but they've had a lot of penalties and turnover. And
Jim Myers gets inside. Going to get a late hit by the Chillicothe Cavaliers. Will attack 15 onto that, or half of this from the goal line. It's going to give Logan their best field position of the game.
It's going to be about the 14-yard line when we sort this all out. Blow to the head. Cavaliers spearing.
James Lee on the tackle.
And I think I saw Brooks Burris lined up at a guard position that time. Did you notice that?
Didn't notice that. Where's that at? Guard. That's kind of like...
That's where you played in high school. That's back when you had your leather helmet on.
Next to the center. Yeah, I didn't see it, but we'll keep an eye out for that. They're going to run it up the middle. That might be moving him around. He's at a tackle position in the huddle now. So when he comes out this time, he is at a guard. He's right beside Dustin Conrad.
They flip-flopped them for this series. Might be because that ankle will give him a little chance to exploit that strength.
Brian Miller looks around. He's going to be hit from behind. A little bit of loss in the play. Saw a man open in there. Miller didn't see him. Big man coming at him. He quite couldn't see around him. Going to bring up a second down for the Chiefs. Second down in about 17 yards.
Well,
16 yards.
Wisely, he just decided not to put that ball up.
Put the pot and the game ball.
2:42 to go, and the clock is running here first half. If you're just now joining, the Chiefs on the short end of a 25-0 score. It's really been all Chillicothe here in the first half from the opening kickoff, which was run back by the Cavaliers. Myers has the pass, and he's not going to go too far after he catches it. Going to have about a 3rd down and 11, a hit out of bounds. That penalty is going to be on O.J. Netter. He's just a little bit excited.
I think that's automatic first down. That's a personal foul.
Dead ball, personal foul against the Cavaliers.
A little shove out of bounds. That's half of this is to goal line again.
From the 15, it's just going to put the ball about the 7.5, which ought to bring up about a 3rd down and 4.
Well, I was thinking that might be an automatic first down.
Mr. Referee didn't signal first down, automatic first down.
Well, Joe Freeman's got 1st and 7 on the scoreboard, so you know that's right.
It's going to be 2nd down, 1st down, 2nd down.
Official signaled in 3rd down.
3rd down and 4 is about what it ought to be. 3rd down and 4.
Was not an automatic first down. 3rd and 4 to go from the 7-yard line. Hand off inside to Jim Myers. He's either got the first down or awful close to it, Ed.
He's going to be real close. Mr. Linesman says, one of the referees says, one of the officials says, let's stop the clock. They're going to spot the ball. Mr. Referee now says, my timeout. Bring on the change, boys.
And Bobby Bird on the tackle.
I can see it from here, Barry. I think maybe they're a half a tick short.
A little short.
Of course, we got a better view than they have down on the field.
Of course we do. Are we good?
About a
half a football short.
Half a football short. They're going to bring it back into the middle of the field, or the hash marks anyhow. So the Chiefs going to have a 4th down and inches. We'll say inches. They're anxious to get it underway, and the chains are in the way. So they're going to go for it here. And Barry, this is an opportunity to get them back in the ball game.
Look for Jim Myers to run right behind Brooks Burris here, Ed.
Or I tell you, I look for Brian Miller to run right over Brooks Burris. Well, they got Brooks out of tackle right now. Got him moved out now. But you know, I wouldn't feel too bad about running behind Ryan Carpenter either.
First down for Chieftains.
First down is going to be short of the touchdown. It'll be about the 1 foot line. So it's going to be 1st and goal for the Chiefs at about the 1 foot line.
Number 61, Jason Weaver, is lined up in the backfield for some additional blocking that time, Ed.
That's our boy Dream Weaver.
First and goal for the Chiefs on a pretty good drive. It's been helped along by a couple penalties from Zanesville, but turnabout's fair play in that regard.
First down and goal from about the 1 foot line, and the Chiefs are going to get on the board right here. And this time in Ricketts, it's up and over and in.
Touchdown, Logan Chieftains.
So we've talked about that, and you know, they're not back in the ball game yet, but they're not clear out of it.
No, they're not. Hey, we go for 2 here. We score 3 touchdowns. We got number 11 down here and kick a field goal. We can still win this ball game.
Oh, yeah.
If we can just cut out the sloppy penalties and the turnovers, Ed, I think, you know, we can play with this team. It may be, we've got a whole half to go yet.
I tell you, it's the speed right now, Barry. I think more than anything else, it's their speed that's got us. The speed of some of those backs and out man, including Shannon Brown, James Lee, and of course, number 22. The extra point attempt is blocked. A little bit of bad snap situation, no good, blocked. So Chiefs all on the board. They get the 6 back that the Cavaliers, that they get the 6 back that they gave Chillicothe.
Yes.
So they're on the board. You said before they're not clear back in the ball game yet, but you can't get back in the ball game real quick when you're down 25 points.
Yep. That's got to be a feather in our cap, though, to score a touchdown here. We were down 25-0. Would have been easy for us to fold up and say, let's just play out the string, but well-coached team and a lot of tradition and pride here by the Logan Chieftains.
1-6-3-3-3-5.
There you see the score after the score by the Chieftains.
1-6-3-3-3-5-3. Make sure you check all the numbers this time.
Tied up.
Harry.
Our announcer up here, our head announcer, Mr. Ed Fickle, is
got
temporarily tied up there. His microphone cord and his
all these
glasses cord and umbilical cord and his.
Tonight's game,
I tell you, Barry, you think right here they're going to kick it? You're going to think they'll kick it away from Shannon Brown? I believe if it were me, I'd kick it to the other side of the field. Standing over there is Brent.
I'd hope
Standing
so.
over there is Brent Butler.
Brett Butler.
Brett Butler.
Butler.
Number 14, the other deep man for the Cavaliers. I believe if I was Mr. Jackson, I'd be telling everybody on my team I want to kick it off to the left side just to keep it away from Brown. He ran back the opening kickoff, of course, for the touchdown. And Cavaliers sort of have never looked back. They're back there together now, so you can be tough to kick it away from him. Brown has the ball. He's on our side of the field, looking for some room.
Got some room again, Ed. Jordan Jackson's going to nail him over there, and he did. He stuck his helmet right on him. I hate to see that boy get the ball. He runs to daylight, doesn't he?
He definitely looks around. He's not only quick, but he's smart. He looks around and sees where to go. And when your kicker has to make the tackle, that means everybody else missed. Pretty much. So Chillicothe going to take over 1st and 10. They lead by 19. The Chiefs scored last.
They got plenty of time to sustain a drive and score again. Minute 46 to go. Ball at Logan 42-yard line.
Actually, Barry, since we're totally biased, let's just roof. Boy, look at that turn on.
There it is.
Netter's going to go all the way. Well, Zimmerman's going to pull him out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. Actually, Mr. Fisher said he stepped out at the 27.
Quick hitter inside. Almost broke it.
Quick hitter is the word exactly. Boy, he hits it quick, and he takes 2 steps, and he's at full speed. 27-yard line, the Cavaliers' ball.
Plus, they stopped the clock. Saved Chillicothe from wasting a timeout. Minute 38 to go. Chillicothe chewed up big chunks of yardage here on some big plays this evening. 1st and 10 from the Logan 28-yard line for the Chillicothe Cavaliers. Same play to the other side.
Yeah, first man through had the ball and didn't go anywhere. Nobody was fooled too much that time. Going to bring up a 2nd down at about 8 for the Cavaliers. The clock does run now. It's 1:26. First half action here at the Hilltop. Chiefs not clear out of it, but they trail 25-6. Got to stop this drive right here, Barry, to go in with some momentum, both from the defense and the offense. To stop right here would help them out. This Netter again, and boy, he is through there. A lot of people out there blocking for him, too. He's going to be a 1st down.
Netter is the ball carrier.
Chillicothe calls it timeout. Well, maybe they do, maybe they don't.
Chris Hall,
Got an injured
the tackler.
Netter. Ed, I believe the Netter boy's injured.
Took a pretty tough hit there, but
Fisher called a timeout, and they're attending to him now.
the thing about it is he took a hit while he was going full speed. And full speed for him is full speed.
That's speed you and I just talk about.
We talk about it.
Blue ticket winners.
There again, you see our LHS TV2 trivia, Pizza Crossing trivia. For all you
614.
Goldie oldies out there, golden olden people, who sang the 76 hit song Dreamweaver? Well, Barry, you got it narrowed down for your choice.
About as old as that is.
Just about.
I eliminated 3. And Dick Tipton. So we come back to play. Mr. Referee starts the clock, and Chillicothe did not call a timeout. Had the injury timeout. That may have been part of the plan, Barry. I don't know. Can't say that for sure, but they needed a timeout. So it's going to be a pass situation this time. It's up in the air, and it's going to have another touchdown.
Well, they're slick on that, Ed.
James Lee.
Straight to James Lee. Touchdown. Chillicothe.
So the Cavaliers get the score again, and they go up 31-6. Get back what the Chiefs took away from them.
That's your old momentum killer right there. Logan had some mo going into the end of the first half, and that may
Snap
really
a little high,
close.
but they get the kick up and good. It's 32-6. The Cavaliers lead. And
Logan 6.
Well, the scoreboard says it all right now. Logan is on the short end of a 32-6 score. 36 seconds left here in the first half of play. Game pretty much dominated by Chillicothe. Logan's a lot of penalties
how
against
about we
Logan.
put it this way, Barry? Chillicothe more or less dominated the first half.
So far.
The first half. That's why we talked about this before. That's why they play this game in halves. Give you a chance to come back and play some football. Chillicothe will kick off again. The Chillicothe kicker getting a lot of practice in tonight. A lot of attempts in tonight. He will kick off again. Back here to receive the kick for Chiefs would be Price, Zimmerman, and Myers. That's Tom Price, Chad Zimmerman, and Jimmy Myers. There you, let's see, there you don't see the deep man.
I'd like to see the deep man down here after this kickoff.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll run one back here, get the momentum back. Here we go. We're just about ready to kick off. This kick is going to be short, and Zimmerman's going to take it. He takes it at the 15-yard line. Going to head right up the middle. Things closing up, but he's going to go forward up into about the 37-yard line. The Chiefs going to start off right there. It's 1st and 10, 29 seconds.
You don't suppose they'd run that flea flicker they've run a couple times this year here, do you?
Well, I don't know. Wouldn't be a bad time to run it, maybe. This would be a good. Again, we don't know anything about what they run, but 20 seconds to go and the clock running. They're going to get a playoff. Might be content to go into the locker room that way, but Myers is going to come out to this side. He's going to pick up about 8 yards, and the clock continues to run. We do have a timeout. Chiefs call a timeout. Ball still in their own territory at about the 47.5-yard line, 48-yard line maybe. 2nd down and 2.
Time for one more play.
Time for one more play. Now run it.
Yeah.
007 on the clock.
Timeout, Logan.
Chiefs call a timeout. They're going to have maybe something up their sleeve here. Jim Robinson, the offensive coordinator, offensive guy for the Chieftains, coaches the offense pretty much, talking to Matt Mellinger, sends him into the ball game. He got a plan.
Well, it's 2nd and goal from the 52-yard line.
That's pretty much exactly what it is. Chad Ricketts
I'd like to know what his plan is, Ed.
Well, you're about to see. We're about to see the plan. It's Brian Miller and Zimmerman and Myers behind him. Mellinger and Cox split out to either side. There's going to be a big pass over the middle to Mellinger. Going to give him a chance to run, but good coverage there. Good coverage right in the middle. So the clock runs out, and that's going to be our halftime score. As we saw, Barry, we're from Chillicothe, actually.
Mauger kicking for the Cavaliers.
It's going to go in the end zone, so it's going to be a touchback. Chiefs will take the ball at the 20-yard line. Nice kick. That'll save any kind of return.
The ball on their own 20.
So we get back to play here, and again, the Chiefs are down 32-6.
Logan's got a chance to draw first blood the second half.
And need to.
Probably wasn't too pleasant at Logan Chieftain locker room. Imagine Dale Amy's had a few choice words to say for his charges, and just to try to motivate him to play good ball the second half.
Barry, we're talking to some people there at halftime downstairs, and of course everybody here sees the same thing. It's Chillicothe's speed that's put the hurts on the Chieftains. Got some real speedsters, and that shows up on both sides of the field. Right now it's showing up too. Look at the coverage that they're getting.
Nice catch
there. Eric Cox could be knocked out from under him, but he's going to have a first down.
Nice pass by Brian Miller too.
Excellent
Put
pass.
some zip on that ball. 15 quick yards for Logan. Ball at their own 35. First and 10 to go.
On the tackle.
Kind of watching the coverage, the Chillicothe coverage that time, and boy, a lot of the Logan defenders were tied up.
Good protection though for the Logan line. Gave Brian Miller plenty of time to pass that time.
Dustin Conrad to center. Brooks Burris in there at tackle again, as we saw before, and they're going to run right up the middle there. Bobby Myers is going to pick up a few yards.
Myers, the ball carrier. Tackled by Nakia Mickey.
Picked up, looks like about 4 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6, Ed. Logan just needs to reestablish themselves. What they do best is run the ball and let the score take care of itself. We get back in the game fine, but we need to get some confidence back in this team.
Zimmerman and Cox split out to our side again. Everybody else in the line. Tim Bookman in there at tight end. Brian Miller back to throw. He's got some time. Sees a man downfield. It's going to be
nice catch.
It's going to be a completed pass.
Excellent catch by number 87, Eric Cox.
First down, Logan.
Picked up another 15 yards.
Good pass, good coverage, or good reception there. In good coverage.
Good protection, too. Tom Taylor from Pizza Crossings up here watching the ball game with us. I want to thank Tom for the pizzas he brings us every game.
And sponsoring our LHS2 trivia. We'll have the answer for that in case you don't know it. And do we have an answer? The answer is longer than the question, folks. Jimmy Myers hit right when the ball got there. He's getting up, but slowly.
Dangerous pass across the grain that time. Brian Miller's getting good protection so far the second half.
Don't know a whole lot about the different defenses, but our compadre Bill Morgan down there, he's got a pizza down there, another pizza cross pizzing down there, and boy, he's guarding that thing with microphone and everything else. There you see him there, just sitting on the sidelines.
The Fish is going to call a timeout to give Bill a chance to eat his pizza here.
Chiefs called timeout, had a little misdirection, a little mix-up there at the on the ball. Offensive coordinator Jim Robinson, Coach Jim Robinson goes into the ball game. We're going to talk it over a little bit. He talks to Dale Amix, head coach Dale Amix first. Matt Mellinger comes to the sideline. A whole bunch of stuff going on there. LHS TV2 Sports would like to welcome our sister station in Chillicothe to tonight's broadcast, and we hope you enjoy the game, and I'm sure they are right now.
They certainly are. Have a good reason to enjoy the game tonight. Did we play Chillicothe the last 2 years, Ed? I don't recall if we did or not. I don't think we did.
I don't think we did. We missed our chance. Let's go.
Yeah, I was going to say, it'd been nice. We could have been part of that 0-20, but they weren't. We're going to get a shot here of Bill Morgan. Bill, don't talk to the mouthful.
Does he have a report?
Well, I guess we're not going to Bill. We're going to get back to action here. Logan's got the ball 2nd and 10 from the Zanesville 45-yard line. I stand corrected. Somebody says Chillicothe. We play too many teams.
Harry knows football.
Harry knows football.
At least he knows who we're playing. Ricketts no good, and we're going to have a penalty, and I think we're going to have a hold on the Chiefs.
Well,
we got a couple people in there for the Chiefs, and I won't even mention their numbers, but
Penalty against the Cavaliers.
Harry doesn't know
Oh!
football. Harry knows Joe, and Joe knows football.
another penalty against the Cavaliers. Somebody said something they shouldn't have said. Dead ball foul on sportsmanlike conduct against the Cavaliers.
Unsportsmanlike penalty against the Cavaliers.
Well, I tell you, the official on our side, after the initial flag was thrown, he looked at the Chillicothe huddle, and somebody didn't like the call and let Mr. Official know, and Mr. Official let him know that he's in charge here.
There's 15 for the face mask.
And the dead ball.
They're going to go 15 more, folks. The biggest play from the scrimmage for the Chiefs tonight. Picked up 30 yards in one play. Hey, it's a first down. Puts the ball down on the Chillicothe 16-yard line.
Well, I tell you, that's injury to insult in a way, or insult to injury, one or the other.
Well, there's really no reason for that. Chillicothe is comfortably ahead in the ball game. There's no reason to give the Chiefs any reason to get fired up.
And that's exactly what they could do there. Brian Miller has his charges down there now at the 16-yard line. He's back to throw. He's going to have a little blitz. He gets away from the blitzing. Ooh! That goes right in the hands of number 14, Brent Butler for Chillicothe. He went through his hands. He was surprised as anybody.
Well, as the old saying goes, he hit him in the bad place. It was right in the hands. Of course, he wasn't expecting the ball to get there quite that
Defensive
quick.
player, not normally expecting the ball. Second down and 10 from the Chiefs' 16-yard line, or excuse me, from the Chillicothe 16-yard line for the Chiefs. They trail by 26 points here, trying to get some of it back.
Handoff is inside. Jim
Jimmy
Myers fighting hard down inside the 5-yard line. First and goal from official spots the ball right at the 4-yard line.
Throw the ball a few times, Barry, and it opens up that middle a little bit.
Yes, it does, Ed.
Gives you a chance to run the ball, and you know that's what you normally see. If a team is primarily a running team, they're going to be throwing the ball once in a while, or vice versa. You got to mix it up some.
No penalties, guys. Let's punch this in.
There we get seeing again Weaver in the backfield, like you said, for a little bit of blocking, and Ricketts follows him in.
He's in.
Touchdown. Chad Ricketts, and that time, Barry, you mentioned before, they put Jason Weaver in the backfield to block, and paid off that time. Jason, a good blocker, even from his normal, guard position on offense. 6 foot, 225-pound senior.
Logan's going to go for the 2 points here. I see Jordan Jackson still on the sidelines.
Might see Josh down there too. We had him, of course, on pregame, and
Interesting interview with Josh.
it was. You don't think too much about kickers. We don't, at least, college level. But he said something that's totally mental. And number 80, defender for Chillicothe, got their hand on that. That was Nakia Mickey. Pass intended for Eric Cox, incomplete. So Chiefs get within 20 now, and that sounds like a long way off, but it's going the right direction anyhow. They'll have to kick to the Cavaliers. Plenty of time, 10 minutes to go, third period action. So the Chiefs scored inside of 2 minutes.
Going down to Bill Morgan.
With 10 minutes to play in the third quarter, Logan comes out and scores a touchdown to open the second half to cut Chillicothe's lead at 32-12. Trainer Dwayne Nakanishi said not too much was said in the locker room at halftime, so Coach Daly makes his Chieftains know they just have to come out, play together, and try and get back in this ball game. Now for more third quarter play-by-play action, let's go back to the press box with Ed and Barry.
You smell that pizza on his breath?
I did. I hope he enjoyed that pizza.
I'm sure he did. If we anything like us up here.
He's scarfing that down, wasn't he?
I guess that's one of the advantages of being on the sideline reporter. You get the pizza down there and
He's got it close to him down there, too.
keeps a hug on it.
I see Barry Miller stocking that pizza down there, though. He's got an eye on it.
Dwayne Nakanishi, Logan High School trainer over there, too. I think he putting out an aroma.
Logan kicking to Chillicothe.
Good kick on the ground, going to take a bounce. Well, this time it's going to be fielded by Shannon Brown. Yeah, he's dangerous. He's going to be hit hard. Finally, you got to hit that boy hard if you can catch him.
Got to wrap him up, Ed. Put 2 arms around him and hang on for dear life because he's going to take you for a ride.
Time for the defense to go into action now. They need to get the ball back, hold them one way or the other. Dustin Conrad down there on the sidelines of the Chiefs trying to get his teammates fired up.
On the tackle.
Dustin, of course, the offensive center, the man in the middle.
Big series defensively for the Chiefs. If we can hold Chillicothe, we could conceivably get back into this ball game.
Back to throw. He's going to throw a little pass out here outside. Not going to be too much gain, but going to call the pass incomplete.
Broken up nicely there by number 8. That's Dwayne Funk.
And number 40, Chris Hall.
Time pass to Lee, incomplete.
Going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the Logan, about the 34-yard line.
James Lee, one of the speedsters for the Cavaliers out to our side. And Shannon Brown, who's certainly shown his speed out to the other side. So speed all across the field.
Falls on the ground.
Going to be Chieftains' ball. Dwayne Funk on the ball. Big break here for the Chiefs.
Hawking that ball. Dwayne tried to get rid of that ball, but high school ball, once your knee's down, whether you're touched or not, you're down. But a big break, yeah, like you say, for these Logan Chieftains.
Get the ball pretty good territory inside, well, right outside the 30-yard line of the Cavaliers. So the Chiefs get a break. They get the ball back. They've scored first here in the second half, and plenty of time to go. They could get back in this ball game. I mean, let's face it, the first half didn't look like too much, but they can get back in here. They got to do a little bit of time. Ricketts bounces around in there off his own man, finally picks up about a yard. Dustin Conrad's still excited. He's trying to get his teammates. He, of course, is on the field now. Offensive center. Trying to get his teammates fired up.
About a gain of a half a yard for the Chiefs. Brings up, might as well call 2nd and 10. Right at the 30-yard line.
Just inside of 9 minutes to go, third quarter action. A lot of ball game left here at the Hilltop. Zimmerman and
nicely thrown ball, just a little over the reach of number 26, Chad Zimmerman.
Chad Zimmerman, 5'9", and a couple of those defenders out there probably look about 6'9" to him.
Looked like Brian Miller might have had a little bit of running room there, Ed, but he looked down the field and saw Chad breaking open and just overthrew him a little bit. Big 3rd down and 10 play here for the Chiefs from the Chillicothe 30-yard line.
Robert, take that picture.
There you see the Jordan brothers. Josh, Ohio State place kicker, and Jordan, the Logan High School place kicker. Nice picture. Brian Miller now back to action. He's got a man to beat. Gets the ball up in the air, and it's going to be out of bounds. Brian Miller, his hit hard after he gets rid of it. Mr. Official right there on top of him. Clint Holt was all over Brian Miller.
Going to bring up 4th and 10.
Expect to see the Chiefs go for it here. Ball sitting right at the 30-yard line, right splitting the 30-yard line, so it's going to be a 4th and 10. They've got to go to the 20, and they're going to go for it, people. You got to, down 20 points. The clock ticks, and
better hurry.
They get the snap off. Brian Miller got a little bit more time this play, and it's going to be an incomplete pass.
Would have been short if he would have caught it, Ed. I do believe he was down when he caught it.
Eric Cox had to turn around and come after the ball. If he caught it high, he might have had the first down. Anyhow, the Cavaliers take over on downs. Keep your heads up, boys, and get back in it. Chillicothe takes over. Breaks start going the other way, Barry. You never know about this game. That ball doesn't bounce straight up and down.
Point on each end, Ed.
I see your point.
There's that quick outside we've seen so many times tonight. Tackled out of bounds over there by number 42.
A little extracurricular activity over there on the sideline, maybe.
Brown taken out of bounds.
Shannon Brown, I believe, is still down on the field or down on the sideline.
Got an injured player. Dwayne Nakanishi went over to check him out.
Joey Sauer, defensive back for the Chieftains, has been taken off the field. He seems to have a little foot problem. We'll check into that a little bit. There you see Netter, and Zimmerman tried to, no, that's not Netter. That's somebody else that's fast, Barry. That's Jesse Lamont.
He's
and
in
Jesse
for a
Lamont is
touchdown.
going to score.
Boy, that speed, Ed, you just can't coach it. It's there, it's natural, and
Jesse, the ball carrier, touchdown, Chillicothe.
breaks that for about 65 yards.
Lamont Jessie.
That was quick.
Lamont Jessie, I called him Jesse Lamont. I apologize for that.
That was quick. First time we called his name tonight.
First time we called his name, but boy, he's got the speed too. This
Takes the ball all the
Chillicothe
way.
got speed all the way around. They go back out to a 38-12 lead. The extra point attempt, Matt Mauger
Point after.
in to kick the extra point. This time it's up, a little chip shot, and it's good. So the Cavaliers take a 27-point lead now.
Good.
Simply extending your lead.
39-12, Chillicothe.
After scoring a touchdown, it's 39-12. The ball's kicked down the middle, drifts to one side. Tom Price with the ball up the sideline, hit right at the 25-yard line, stopped dead in his tracks. And Logan will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Looking up at the scoreboard, you see it 39-12. 8:05 to go here in the third period of play. Brian Miller still quarterbacking for the Logan Chieftains. Impressive run by number 29, Lamont Jessie, from about 65 yards out. Scored Chillicothe's touchdown here in the second half. Extra point was up and good. Logan, 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Got all kind of movement. I think everybody had the play except the Logan center that time, and I think you're going to see motion against the Chiefs.
Illegal procedure against the Chiefs.
Illegal procedure against the Chieftains.
That makes it 1st and 15 from the 20. Brian Miller under center, takes a snap, back to pass. Good protection.
Got some time.
He's got a man on the sidelines.
Eric
Number
Cox.
87, Eric Cox hauls that in.
Miller's pass is complete to Cox.
Picks up about 11 yards, going to bring up a 2nd and 4. Logan's got 3 receivers to this side of the field. Brian Miller back probably to pass here. Handoff inside. Can't get a number, but he's close to a 1st down and got a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Officials timeout. Could be a holding, could be a clip. Chillicothe players are clapping, so evidently that's going to go against the Logan Chieftains. Another penalty against Logan. There you see a shot of Joey Sauer on the sidelines being attended to by Dr. Jim Hayward and trainer Dwayne Nakanishi. Doesn't look too good there. His foot's pretty well wrapped up, and I don't know, but they got a big ice bag on his left foot there. It's doubtful we'll see him the rest of the night, but that's just pure speculation on my part, Ed.
Well, he's in good hands. You mentioned trainer Dwayne Nakanishi and Jim Hayward down there looking at him, or it was a while ago. 2nd down and
penalty against the Chieftains.
11 now. 10, I guess, for the Chiefs. Holding penalty against the Chieftains. Clock continues to run. It seems like forever, but it is running. Miller back. Draw play, and boy, I tell you, they sniffed that one right out. Good defensive play there.
Ricketts is tackled by Tom Pinchall.
Tom Pinchall for Cavaliers, big number 86. He sniffed that one out and made the tackle.
That's their tight end that made that nice play in the 1st half. Drug a couple of Logan players down the middle of the field.
Yeah.
A big gainer.
Big guy.
6'5", 195, I think he is.
That's
got
the
some
one.
speed. Now this Chillicothe team's got a lot of speed. They should fare well in their conference. Brings up a 3rd and 10 for Logan. Brian Miller back to pass. Good protection. He's got some opening, but he's got a man wide open.
Zimmerman got a man to beat.
Nice play by the Chiefs, but we got a flag on the field.
Brent
See
Butler on
what
the
that
tackle.
is.
Might be against, I think it might be against the Cavaliers, number 49.
Flag on the play.
Number 49 for the Cavaliers, and we've called his number 4. That's Bobby Bird. He was chasing Brian Miller. I don't know what he did when he caught him, but might have done something he shouldn't have.
They're talking to the Logan team, so it must be against Chillicothe. I would anticipate from the place of the flag yet a roughing the passer play, but we'll just have to wait and see what the official says. Personal foul against Chillicothe is refused. Logan will take the gain, 1st and 10 from the Chillicothe 32-yard line.
Logan ball, 1st and 10.
There you see the Jackson boys. Josh is
Chillicothe.
helping Jordan there, or holding the ball for Jordan. Probably giving him a few pointers along the way. Not that he needs too many of them, but it's good to see. Chiefs get a 1st down and marching toward the goal line. They got to get. I tell you what, they got to play now, sort of. Not so much to get back in this ball game, Barry, to get up a little bit.
Boy, Jim Myers had a nice run there. Chillicothe Manning's way just stuck his head down and flattened him. Good hard run by Jim Myers. Timeout on the field called by, I think, Chillicothe.
Chillicothe calls a timeout.
For the Chiefs from the Chillicothe 26-yard line.
Good run there by Jim Myers, like you mentioned. This time we got Matt Mellinger and Eric Cox split out to our side. Chad Zimmerman on the short side of the field. Myers and Ricketts behind Miller, and Miller back to throw again. He's got some time, steps up into a pocket. Paul is partially deflected again by number 80, Nakia Mickey.
And Brian Miller's getting great protection in the second half. Logan missed and made some adjustments during halftime. Contrary to what Dwayne Nakanishi may have said, I got a feeling that they did make some adjustments during halftime. That's showing in the pass protection that Brian Miller's getting so far.
Brian stepped up into what was a pretty solid little pocket that time.
Looked like he could have run and picked up the 1st down that time, but he had a man open down the sideline or down toward the sideline and could have picked up some big yardage there.
Same formation. Miller again got some time. He's thrown out to the right this time. Pass is complete to Cox, and Cox is going to make a nice little move.
Super play by Eric Cox.
After he caught the ball, of course, a great pass by Brian Miller.
1st down, Chieftains.
Eric Cox a little slow getting up there.
He's a little slow. He's getting up, though. He knows. Let's see. I guess he knows where he's at.
He's coming off.
And Butler on the tackle.
Mellinger and Zimmerman and Cox, all 3 of them come off the field, so we'll see who's in there now.
Brings up a 1st and goal for the Chiefs from the 3-yard line.
Everybody's in there tight. Tim Book went in there at the end there beside Brooke Burris, and
See Jason
Weaver in the
backfield again.
So
handoff inside, touchdown Chiefs, number 33. That's our boy, Chad Ricketts. Pulls Logan to 18 points.
got to score some points. Got to score some points, whatever. Get back in the ball game if you can. It's still a long way off. Go for 2 here, still down by 19, but, they're playing.
Hey, there's a lot of time left in this game.
There is a lot of time left, awful lot of time left. 1 quarter and 5 minutes. All right, he's in there. The 2-point conversion is good, and Chad Ricketts has that. So Chiefs get in 2 on the extra point attempt. That brings them up to 20 now. So they still trail 39 to 20, but there's a lot of time left in this ball game. 5:44 to go, 3rd quarter. An entire 4th quarter action left.
Yeah, I need a new one.
Logan Chieftain cheerleaders and majorettes doing a snake dance in the end zone.
Well, that kind of got the crowd back into the ball game. There you see the score. Logan trailing Chillicothe 39-20.
They'll kick off. Jordan Jackson there to kick. Back to receive the kickoff like they have been is Shannon Brown, number 5, and another speedster, Brent Butler, little 5'6" Brent Butler. He showed some speed. We've seen it on defensive coverage.
Jordan Jackson kicking.
Well, we need to pin them back deep, Ed, and get some good field position again.
This kick, I believe, is going to go out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
Official throws the flag. That's a 5-yard penalty. I'm assuming that Chillicothe would take that. They wouldn't take the ball on the 14-yard line the way they've been returning the ball on. I wouldn't think.
That's the way you got to. That's why you got to kick it, keep it in the end zone. Let's get down to Bill Morgan here for a sideline report.
The Chieftain offense we've seen so far in the second half, definitely a different offense than we saw in all of the first half. First 2 possessions of the second half, the Chieftains have gone in for touchdowns. Not too often you see a combination nose guard running back. That's what the Chieftains has had tonight in Chad Ricketts. He scored 2 touchdowns plus the last extra point conversion. Joey Soule has hurt his left foot, and he will be out for the remainder of the game. No other report on his status as of right now. For more third quarter play-by-play, it's back up top to Ed and Barry.
Thank you, Bill. Come back to play on the out-of-bounds kickoff. Chillicothe elects to take the ball at the 35-yard line. First play from scrimmage goes nowhere.
Lamont Jessie, the ball carrier.
I think that was Brooks Burris. Well,
Jason Weaver and Brian Klump.
Jason Weaver and Brian Klump in on the tackle.
Our best play so far tonight might have been to kick the ball out of bounds on the kickoff. Chillicothe's been getting good field position on these kickoff returns.
Yeah, the 35-yard line isn't too bad, but they've been getting better when they run it back. You're right. 2nd down and 9 for the Cavaliers.
There's a blitz, and number 5 with the ball. That could be trouble, Ed.
Run back
Good
into the green
cutback.
things. We got flags everywhere. There's one in the backfield, there's one up here at the line.
I think we're going to have a clip called against Chillicothe here.
Shannon Brown, the ball carrier.
So many times that running back cuts back, opposing lineman will clip.
Those are 2 different flags, though, Barry. They were thrown at 2 different times in 2 different areas, so we're going to have to sort this one out.
Holding against Logan, clipping against Chillicothe. Offsetting penalties. Will replay 2nd down and 9 to go.
Replay the down. 2nd down and 9. Used up a little time, and that's all that happened on that play.
5:01 to go here in this 3rd period of play. From the hilltop, Logan Chieftains versus the Chillicothe Cavaliers in a preseason game for both teams.
Cavaliers 3-0 coming into tonight's ball game. Of course, the Chiefs 2-1 after the loss last week. Long count, pretty much the same play, and this is Brown up the middle. He's got some room again. He's going to be drugged down, maybe. Just get on him and take him down. Finally, Tim Bookman says, hey, you're going down. It's going to be a 1st down for the Cavaliers, and they're into Chieftain territory, just into Chieftain territory, but across the 50.
Dwayne Funk had to hold him by the jersey. It slowed him down in time for the pursuit to catch up and finish bringing Mr. Brown down. Ball right at midfield. 1st and 10 for Chillicothe. 4:21 and the clock is running.
Shannon Brown split it far out to the right. James Lee on our side. This time they're going to give it to Netter up the middle, and there's no one there. He's got a big hole and running like a Cavalier.
O.J. Netter, the ball carrier.
Got the speed.
Zimmerman and Chris Hall.
Picked up 25 quick yards, Ed.
Oh.
Down Cavaliers.
And how many total yards they've had on offense tonight, Barry? A lot of big plays, like
No
you said
idea,
before.
but I would think time of possession probably is closer than the scoreboard because of the Logan has maintained some possession, but they've scored on some big plays tonight. 2 long pass plays and a kickoff return, and but the way you got to win is on the scoreboard.
Valentine back to pass again. I saw a hold in there, and once the ball goes up in the air, everybody can do what they want to do. I saw a hold they missed. Nah. Incomplete pass, going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
For Brown, incomplete.
Brown had to turn into a defensive back on that play. Logan Chieftains are in position to make a possible intersection.
Clock has stopped. Chillicothe is still throwing the ball. They lead by 19 points, and they come out firing it.
Crowd still here, Ed, to watch this ball game.
Crowd is still here. They don't want to miss anything if it happens. Valentine back to pass. He's got a quick pass outside. No, incomplete. Intended pass to Tom Henshaw. Talked about Tom Henshaw here. Just a little bit out of his hands. He had a lot of green in front of him, too. It's a good thing he didn't catch that ball.
This Chillicothe team has a lot of weapons they can throw at you.
They sure do, and they were seeing a little bit of everything.
I haven't seen their quarterback run the ball yet tonight, though. Is one thing they haven't done.
Well, he hadn't had to, actually.
That's right.
I mean, I don't know. He's a big young fella, too.
He's junior.
Of course, the main weapon they got is we're going to see it right here, and it's that speed and that move.
Boy, he is something else. He's talking to Tom. By the way, that is a Chillicothe touchdown. He's talking to Tom Taylor from Pizza Crossing. And he's mentioning a friend of his was talking about this football camp they had up in Michigan. Invited 150 running backs from high school to this, and
Premier
he came out of that
backs.
as the #1 rated running back in this football camp. And I can see why.
I can see why, too.
He's
He's
got
a
some
good
talent out there.
He's got some speed, some moves, good head, and get it all.
Get some good blocking, though, too, to help him out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
But he knows when to cut. And that's just instinct and speed. And
the extra point attempt is going to be up and through the goal post.
Line driver.
Looks like a line driver in the scorebook. 46-20. A whole lot of points on the board, most of them for the Cavaliers.
46-20.
Whole bunch of kicking off going on this game.
A lot of kicking off. A lot of scoring. 66 points.
Zimmerman with the ball. He's got the ball. He's got no place to go.
He's got trouble. See a lot of white jerseys out there for Chillicothe. Coach is putting a few subs in already.
Offensive unit reports in there for the Chieftains. You see some people coming in, some people going out. Coming out are Tom Price and Hankison and Dwayne Funk and some others.
Logan ball, 1st and 10, the ball on their own 19.
See Brooks Burris lined up at guard again, Ed.
Trying to give Miller some time.
He's got a hole. Takes a shot at the 25-yard line.
Picks up about 7 yards.
Miller, the ball carrier. Bobby Bird on the tackle.
Brings up a 2nd down and looks like 3.
Tell you, I was watching that Bobby Bird this time, number 49, 5'11", 240-pound linebacker. He's got some speed, Barry. He does. When he gets more on here, he's in there right now, and he was in on that tackle. He's a pretty good-sized young man, especially from the waist up. Miller back to throw. He's got Zimmerman over to this side. He's going nowhere. Well, it does have a first down.
Miller pass to Zimmerman, 1st down, Chieftains.
First down for the Chieftains.
James Lee and Tom Henshaw on the tackle.
2:22 to go, 3rd quarter action here at the Hilltop. Chiefs trail by 26. They have 20. That's the good news. The bad news is the Cavaliers have 46. Zimmerman and Cox both out to the same side this time. Bobby Myers, his knee hits the ground.
A little extracurricular activity there, and an official throws the play, and I think he just disqualified a Chillicothe player, Ed. Number 71 was kicking around there to one of the Logan Chieftain players and is being politely escorted from the field. Well, that's unfortunate that the tempers got the better of a couple players there, and I'm not sure number 71 was all to blame that time, Ed, but he's the one the official saw.
Well, he's not on the roster, so oh, get out of there.
1st and 10, Chieftains.
1st and 10 by way of the penalty. Miller back to throw it. He has some time. No one there going to be drugged down. He finally gets down. Going to give him all kind of time. The first half whistle seemed to come pretty quick, and that time they just let him
just let him go.
just let him go. I think they may have thought that Brian was trying to get out of bounds. Actually, they wanted to give him a chance to do that. If he second down, about 13, 12 they have on the scoreboard. J.R. Tanner reports into the ball game for the Cavaliers. And Joe Whitley reports out. Chieftains pretty much got the same crew in there right now. This time a little
Jim Myers.
Jim Myers is going to have the first down. They had Ricketts, Cox, and Zimmerman all spread out wide left and run the ball back against the green, the short side of the field, and turned out all right for him. Jimmy Myers has the first down. Clock continues to run, 1:20 to go here in the third quarter.
Ball inside Chillicothe territory at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. We're slowly but surely winding down toward the end of the third quarter. Logan showed some life on offense this second half, especially, well, not on the ground, but they've mixed it up pretty well, the passing and the running game. Brian Miller's getting some protection and can prove that he can
got a man out
throw
there.
The ball. Number 26, that's Chad Ricketts, Chad Zimmerman on the
going to be a pickup of about 20 yards. Good pass there by Brian Miller. Chad Zimmerman was out there all by himself and kind of being underplayed a little bit by the defender. And
We have a young man here that has lost a FOE Eagles ring with a diamond in the middle of it. And he lost it somewhere in the east end of the
1st and 10 for the Chiefs. The ball on the Chillicothe 20-yard line. Less than a minute to play here in the third period of play. Brian Miller hands the ball inside to Jim Myers. Picks up a tough yard, maybe 2, maybe not. Maybe not a yard.
Nakia Mickey in on the tackle, and boy, he had fire in his eyes. Picked up out of the yard, 2nd down and 9. The clock continues to run. The third quarter, probably got time for one more play. Actually have to get one more play off. 2nd down and 9 for the Chiefs. You see some camera work from the sidelines. Matt Mellinger, we saw him. Eric Cox, he split our side. Zimmerman the other side. Ricketts and Myers behind Miller. And this time a little slant across the middle to Mellinger. We got a first down and going to have a penalty, and the quarter won't end.
Mellinger flag on the play.
Official threw the ball right in there as he's being tackled. I
Face mask.
got to believe it was a face mask because I've very seldom seen a running back call for a penalty. Face mask.
No, I didn't call face mask. Called the offensive, called the interference.
That's interference against the Cavaliers.
The pass was completed. The flag seemed to come awful late for interference, but that's what they're calling. Defensive pass interference.
Oh, that should be enough for a first down for the Chiefs.
I don't know, we'll have to sort this one out. It's not quite enough for the first down if the ball is spotted where the reception was made, but
Well, I think interferences might be a 10-yard penalty. I don't know. We'll find out here and let you folks know as soon as we find out.
they're going to mark some off. Going to mark off half the
First down.
distance. They accepted the penalty, which negates a completed pass, I guess. And go half the distance. First down.
On the Cavaliers.
Well, anyway, Logan's got a 1st and goal on the 9-yard line.
Third quarter comes to an end, so we're going to switch ends. And right now, we're going to have the answer to the trivia contest, maybe. And I think.
Boy, I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this. Can I read it tonight? There's a shot of the band. Okay, the LHS TV2 Pizza Crossing Trivia. Who sang the 76 song Dreamweaver? And the answer is...
Answer is...
Gary Wright. Might give you a little breakdown here. A, Freddie the Dreamer saying, I'm telling you now, and do the Freddie. Bobby Darin saying, Dream Lover. Johnny Burnett saying, Dreamin'. Gary Wright did Dreamweaver, and Jason Weaver can't sing, but he had 8 tackles in last week's game against Zanesville. Just as a post note, the Dream Weavers, saying the 1955 hit, It's Almost Tomorrow. And if you folks can sort that out, you're doing a lot better job than I am. Our director, Craig Nixon, put a lot of time and effort into that, and want to thank him for that. But it's one of the more unusual trivia questions you'll see at a football game. We're about ready to get things underway here to start this fourth period of play. Logan on the short end of a 46-20 score with the ball at the Chillicothe 9-yard line with the first down. So it's looking a little better than it did, Ed. I'm impressed with the way the Chiefs have moved the ball here the second half.
First and goal right now from the 9, like you said, and they've mixed it up a little bit, did some running, did some passing. Going to do this passing again. Somebody zigged when he should have zagged, maybe. Pass intended for Matt Mellinger.
Miller's pass intended for Mellinger, incomplete.
Incomplete, going to bring up a second down and goal to go from the 9.
See Joey Souls got his pads off, is on crutches down the sidelines, Ed. He's got his foot pretty well wrapped up there. So he is done for the night.
It's time Mellinger and Cox split out to our side. Miller back to throw. He's got some pressure, big pressure. He's going to run the ball.
Yardage.
Down to the 5-yard line. One man had stuck his arm out, got a hold of him. He would have had some bigger yardage if he got by that guy.
Tackled by Nakia Mickey.
Brian Miller's done a good job this second half of finding his receivers and stuck the ball under his arm and picked up, looks like about 4 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 from the 5 for a Logan touchdown.
Jason Weaver, Jack Buchanan, and Tim Bookman report in. Eric Cox, Mac Mellinger, and Chad Zimmerman come out of the ball game. So we got some new people in there, possibly kind of a goal line offense or whatever you call it.
Brooks Burris back at tackle now, Ed. Coming this side, into the end zones, Chad Zimmerman, touchdown, Chieftains.
Chad
Ricketts.
Tell you what they did that time, Barry. They put Jason Weaver in the backfield and moved Burris at guard on the right side and come around the left side.
Sorry, Chad Ricketts. Didn't get you confused there, but nice run off the left-hand side. I think the Chillicothe team thought we were going to go to the right-hand side. We've been running that play pretty successful tonight. Came left and surprised them, scored a touchdown.
Logan's going to call a timeout. Okay, we're going to see if we can get the extra point here. Logan will go for 2, it looks like. Brian Miller in to try to get to. Everybody's in tight. Miller rolls out right, throws to about Jimmy Myers, and Jim's going to be
He's
in the end zone.
Pretty shrewd running there, but Jim Myers waited for the defensive man to commit himself.
So Logan back to 18 points down now. That's where they were for a lot.
Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Bill Morgan, and see what he's got to say for us.
The Chieftains offense continues to motor in the second half. Each possession, they've taken it down the field and scored for a touchdown. Chad Ricketts again goes in from a couple of yards out for the score, and the extra point is good. The Chieftains now trail 46-28. The only problem is every time the Chieftain offense scores, the Cavalier offense come back and counters that with another touchdown. We'll have to see if the Chieftain defense can hold here early in the fourth quarter. The score, Chillicothe 46 and Logan 28. Now for more fourth quarter play-by-play action, let's go back up top to Ed Fickle and Barry Metzler.
Logan will now kick off. There was a 15-yard unsportsmanlike dead ball penalty on that there kickoff, and the ball was tried a onside kick. And boy, I tell you, it was a good one. It just
very good onside kick.
Didn't
not
turn
successful,
out.
but
Not successful, but had it going 10 yards, and it was a free ball all the way.
We're glad to have you folks from Chillicothe on board with us tonight. We're not too happy with the score, but I'm sure you folks are.
46-28, a lot of points scored in this ball game. I tell you, 74 points. I added up in my head, by the way, Barry. We're just underway in the fourth quarter, so you know a whole lot of more scoring could happen here. 46-18. Chillicothe's speed has been the difference in the ball game, no doubt about it.
There it is again. Shifty runner.
Gonna pick up about 7.
Late flag. I think we're going to have a late hit on the Chiefs out of bounds. Going to call spearing, I believe.
And Brant on the tackle.
Blow to the head. That came from the official way down the field.
Sometimes different official get a different angle on it.
Right.
Logan fans not too happy with that one. Called that penalty right in front of the Logan bench. Coach Dale Amick's not too happy with that one either.
Got to give these Logan Chieftains fans, these Chieftain football players, a lot of credit, Ed, for hanging in there. Down 26-0, and could have folded up the tent and said, let's go home, but we've hung right in there, scored some touchdowns, and moved the ball pretty well against the Chieftain Cavaliers.
1st and 10, the first runner through has the ball.
There he goes again. Lamont Jessie is going to take it for another big gainer, another 35 yards for a touchdown.
Lamont Jessie, the ball carrier, touchdown, Chillicothe.
I'd say that just about puts it out of reach, Ed.
I'd say so.
I hope we might have had.
28. Some more points on the board. Well, I don't know. We're going to start looking up records here in just a minute. Producer, director, and all that guy, whatever he is tonight. Craig Nixon says, let's look up the total scoring record here and go for it.
This may come as a surprise to you, Ed, but there's a flag on the play.
There's been an awful lot of penalties in this ball game.
Well, neither coach can be very happy with the penalties that have been called.
The types of penalties that have been called in
very
the situations.
sloppily played game.
This is the 4th game of the season. You don't expect to see some of that stuff going on.
Encroachment against the Chieftains.
Penalty declined, of course. Encroachment against the Chiefs. They will go for the kick, the 1 point. They get the point. It's 53-28. Chillicothe pulls out to a 25-point lead.
Chillicothe 53, Logan 28.
Chillicothe will do what they've been doing all night. They'll kick off to the Chiefs. This kick is going to be taken by Zimmerman in the middle of the field at about the 14-yard line. It's got a little bit of room. Flags all over the place. Another flag. These officials, calling the game they need to call, but boy, they're throwing a lot of. You have to wash those flags.
Yes,
they're getting them dirty. I think these are 2 different penalties. We've got one against the Chiefs.
That holding against the Chiefs I saw called.
I'm not sure, but I'm not sure.
I think a face mask against Chillicothe. Well, they're marking off the holding against the Chieftains.
That may have been it.
Might have been 2 people holding.
Holding, illegal use of the hand against the Chiefs.
1st and 10 for Logan from their own 19-yard line. 10 minutes and 23 seconds to go. Logan trailing this ball game 53-28.
10-14, the clock is running. That's what we like to see. Craig Nixon said, let it run. We don't have a whole lot of tape here. Miller back to throw, but no, it's going to be a draw play to Chad Ricketts, and the ball's going to go back to the line of scrimmage. I think that was smelled out pretty good.
The ball carrier. Lytle and Mickey on the tackle.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 for the Chiefs. It's just about almost like right now, Barry, both teams going through the motions. 25
Just hope
points.
nobody gets hurt here. That's a concern in a game like this at this stage.
Game get out of hand. Tempers flare. Brian Miller is going to have to eat it back at the 7-yard line.
Good pursuit by the Chillicothe defensive line there, number 83.
Big loss.
It's Clint Holt.
15, 20, about 21 yards, I guess. Bring up a 3rd down and 21.
It's kind of reminiscent of what happened in the 1st quarter when we had back in our own side of the field, lost some yardage, had a fumble lost him on the 2-yard line, and Chillicothe punched it in.
3rd down and 21. The Chiefs in an obvious passing situation. Get some protection in there. Chillicothe moves some backs in coverage, and a little pass over the middle to Ricketts, going nowhere. The ball he picks up about 7 yards, but not nearly enough for the 1st down. So Logan going to be forced to punt. Jordan Jackson reports into the ball game. I just about said Josh too, Barry. He's down there. Josh Jackson, Ohio State Buckeye punter, and Brian Mays we had here as guests tonight. They probably both got an opportunity to come down because of the
booming punt.
Nice coverage here. Good pursuit by number 40 for the Chiefs. Chris Hall, and also 42 Brett Hankinson over there in the play. So the Cavaliers are going to start out in good field position at the Logan 40. They lead by 25, 7:35 to go in the ball game. The clock continues to run, and I think we're just about at the point right now, Barry, where everyone here wants to see that clock run.
You're right.
Let's face it. It's a long trip home to Chillicothe. It'll be kind of a sweet trip, but
number 29, Lamont Jessie, got stacked up for a 5-yard gain that time. That's the first time we've held him without a touchdown that he's touched the ball tonight, I think.
I believe it is.
It's going to hurt his average per game.
This offensive line of Chillicothe has played an outstanding game too, Barry. You got to give them credit. They don't need to make much of a hole in there to get those runners through. Get a few steps, and boy, they're by them. Not taking anything away from the Logan defense at all, but
this Chillicothe's got a good team. Logan trying to tackle that football.
Put the ball on the ground, and I think they're at it right now. They're running down the clock. It's going to be a 1st down. Dwayne Funk, Rudy Brandt reports into the ball game.
And Jason Weaver on the tackle.
Rudy Brandt in on the tackle.
No problem. 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. Logan 30-yard line. 6:29 to go here in the ball game. Handoff inside. I don't see who's got the ball, but Logan's got the ball carrier. Stacked him up for little or no gain that time.
That's Bobby Bird, the ball carrier.
Bob Bird, the ball carrier. Ryan Smith and Dwayne Funk on the tackle.
2nd and 7. They give him a gain of 3 yards that time. There's that play out to the flat that's been so successful for them tonight, and it's going to be again.
I don't know if he gets stopped. James Lee on the touchdown pass from Valentine, and James Lee had a head of steam, and he barely got stopped down there.
Okay, let's get Bill.
Let's get down and see what Bill has to say and what he sees on the sidelines.
The last timeout called by Chillicothe head coach Dick Tipton did not please Logan High head coach Dale Amix. Coach Amix was saying on the sidelines, wondering aloud why Chillicothe was calling a timeout when they're up by 25 points late in the 4th quarter. Cavaliers just score another touchdown, and the extra point is good. The score, Chillicothe 60, Logan 28. There's a flag on the play. Ed and Barry will tell you more about that. Let's go back up top to them for the final 4th quarter play-by-play action.
Chillicothe 60.
Thank you, Bill. It's a pleasure to have you with us here again this week. And the extra point attempt was good by the Cavaliers, and there was a flag on the play. We're going to mark it off on the sidelines. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, but it's like nothing happened. They kick off from the regular place and don't do anything over. Tom Price has the ball, and he's heading up the middle. He's going to cross the 30-yard line. Tempers are starting to flare a little bit now, and I'll tell you, there's no need for that.
No, not with the score the way it is.
As you said, the outcome of the game is determined, has been determined by now, almost certainly.
Carry the ball first and 10, Chieftains.
60 to 28 is the score here. Chieftains on the short end of that score.
It's like Logan's still got their starting unit still in there, basically.
This, on the offense, they do. They had some defensive players in there. We saw some Kevin McQuaid in there and some other people. Brian Miller back to throw it. He's got a man out here. Eric Cox is going to be close to first down.
Complete to Cox.
Out of bounds to stop the clock. Here you see the LHS TV2 staff working tonight's ball game. Producer Craig Nixon, director inside Robert Patterson. Robert Patterson, he lives in the post office box somewhere. I was kidding Rob about that. Graphics inside Jennifer Krumloff. Videographers Charity Stevens, Sarah Hall, Andy Nixon. And as usual, do an outstanding job. Everybody concerned.
Long night.
I'll tell you folks, it's been a long ball game, a long night. It's
Well, there's
somewhat after 10 o'clock, and we're about out of tape, so this game could end at any time. The score right now is 60 to 28. Our coverage of this game, we've used up a lot of tape at halftime, and we're making excuses right now. Been an awful lot of flags. There's another one on the field, and if they try to run all this, delay a game against the Chieftains, just what we need with no tape, delay a game.
Tape. Our director, Robert Patterson, tells us that we got about 10 minutes of tape left, and we got 5 minutes of football. So
it sounds like a lot of work, but
we apologize in advance if we run out of tape.
It's been a pleasure bringing this game to you, along with Barry and Bill Morgan, and we're glad to have glad to show you this game in Chillicothe. Nice pass out there, intercepted. Matt Mellinger was the intended receiver, and this could go all the way. Here's another flag on the play. We got a little bit of extracurricular out of bounds. No flags over there, but
flag on the play.
Got flags on the sidelines too.
I tell you, this game could end. This game could end right now, and I don't think anybody here would be
another flag.
Flag on the play.
Head coach Dale Amix is getting his players back on the sideline where they belong.
I tell you, that was a class move right there.
No doubt.
Class move right there.
Another flag on the play.
Well, we'll take a while to sort this out.
I tell you, it's tough for these guys not to go over and defend their own players.
That's
but,
right.
Logan High School coaches said, boys, I tell you, they'll sort it out. They'll sort it out. You take your lumps, you know.
That's right. Get your boys back on the sidelines where they belong, Coach. And that's exactly what Coach Dale Amix did.
And we'll
like
try
you
to
say,
sort this out.
Class act. Oh, we'll try to figure out what happened here and watch the officials.
These guys have been watching too many baseball games to clear these benches. They're trying to sort it out on the far sideline, and Coach Dale Amix is going to go over and say, well, you got to let me in on this. All kind of activity over there. After the pass interception, I don't know what's going on. We'll sort it out for you if we've got time. There's 5 minutes to go in the ball game, and this has been a lot of scoring, a lot of penalties, a lot of time. Two great band shows at halftime, and we've just about had it, to tell you the truth.
There's not much more we can say about tonight.
Tempers are hot down there. 5 minutes to go, and I tell you, folks, if they got 10 minutes of playing time or 10 minutes of tape time, it's never going to last 5 minutes the way this game's going to end. They're sorting it out. Trainer Dwayne Nakanishi down there trying to calm down some of the boys, along with Coach Jim Robinson and Keith Myers. And
Ed, did they ever call a game when in a situation like this?
I tell you, it can be done. It can be done, and I'm sure it has been done.
Do the officials have the authority to do that, though?
At any time.
The game's out of hand?
At any time.
I remember the night they called the game when it rained so hard up here, water's running down the steps about 4 inches.
There you see, I don't know what's going on over the sideline there. I believe maybe the Chillicothe coaches is talking to their young fellers, and we're going to have
sportsmanlike against each team.
We got some ejections.
personal, unsportsmanlike, and ejection.
We did a whole bunch of penalties. 3 unsportsmanlike, 2 personal fouls, and 1 ejection. So I don't know how to sort this out. It's just Coach Dale Amix and the Logan coaches down there talking to their crew, and they're going to try to finish this game. And I'm sure he's telling them right now, Barry, game's out of hand. Let's show our class. And we know they got it.
15 more on to the Chillicothe way there, Ed. Unsportsmanlike against the Chiefs.
These officials right now, and I don't mean this to be make light of this, but they're having a ball, kind of sorting it out. They're going to mark 15, come back 15, go 15, and they subtract it all, and we're going to find out where they end up at. Again, the score is Chillicothe 60, Logan Chieftains 28. 5 minutes to go in the ball game. It's getting kind of ugly, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, the last quarter has been ugly. Well, there's no doubt we're going to run out of tape, and we want to thank all of you listeners from Chillicothe and everybody from Logan watching this ball game. It's been pretty much dominated by Chillicothe. The scoreboard says it all, 60-28.
Now they're coming back the other way.
Ed, I'm trying to watch the sideline guys. They're going crazy. It's 1st and 25 for Chillicothe from the Logan 31-yard line. We got 5 minutes and counting to go here in the ball game.
Mr. Referee says start the clock.
We're probably going to run out of tape about any minute, so we'll stay with you as long as we can and try to bring you as much action as we can.
Chillicothe has some new offensive players in there this series of downs. I don't know if I want to try this name, but number 24 for the Cavaliers, Hideo Kamaji or something like that.
Got a flag on the play.
I apologize again.
Got a
flag on the play.
Face mask.
Barry, you'd hate to see that. You'd hate to see it done, but the officials do have the authority to stop this ball game, and it might not be a bad idea.
5 minutes to take. 5 minutes to take. You can make it. 24 minutes, 34 seconds.
Craig Nixon tells us we got 5 minutes of tape to go, so we'll get part of this in yet.
5 minutes from right now, your TV's going to shut off.
Yeah, if 5 minutes from right now, folks, you're not going to have any picture, and we're not going to get a chance to say hasta la vista or send flowers or roses or anything. We're going to be out of here.
Chillicothe with the ball. They have a 1st down and 13. The face mask penalty against the Chieftains. 4:18 to go and running. Handoff inside this time to number 33, and that would be Matt Mauger, the ball carrier. Here picks up about 4, maybe 3. Going to bring up a 3rd and 10. The clock continues to run. Our tape continues to run. I'd like to thank all the TV2 personnel here tonight.
Our pantyhose continue to run. No, it's not that cold yet to wear a June name as pantyhose. 3:45 and counting. Looks like cooler heads have finally prevailed on field, Ed.
2nd down and 10. Matt Mauger with the ball again. He's going to pick up about 5. 3rd down and 5. I didn't know what down it was or where they were or anything else. We had to sort all that stuff out. Chillicothe is going to win. They're going to extend their record to 4-0. And they looked impressive at times. And
well, every time Logan bounced back, Chillicothe answered.
That's part of looking impressive, to come back like that. Logan had a couple opportunities to get back in the ball game. Did, but Chillicothe wouldn't let him. Matt Mauger again, the ball carrier. It's going to bring up a 4th down. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Inside of 3 minutes. 4th down and about 3, maybe 4 to go for the Cavaliers. They're going to go for it. Nothing much to lose. They had 32 points. 60-28 is the score here at the Hilltop. We'll be here again next week against Chieftains against Miami Trace for basically the last warm-up game, or what you might call the last game before the Chieftains start their SEOL season. Mauger the ball carrier, and he's dropped for loss, so the Chieftains are going to take over on downs.
Brings up 1st and 10 for the
Tackled by
Chiefs.
Rudy Grant.
Going to run the clock. Mr. Referee says run the clock, and the guys upstairs here are more than happy to do so. Clock continues to run. Logan trying to get some offensive players in there. I'm sure there's some new guys going in. Going to be almost certainly going to hear suffer a delay of game penalty.
5 yards isn't going to make any difference at this point in the game.
5 yards, and the worst part about that is it's going to stop the clock. Whole bunch of people going in there. New people might be going in there. That's Ryan Smith going in. Alex Clutter goes into the ball game. We'll pick up some more if we can.
New quarterback for the Chiefs, Paul Phelps.
Paul Phelps hands the ball off to Scott Smith. Scott Smith picks up about 6-7 yards. Clock continues to run. It's going to bring up a second down and about 3. So a good 7-yard. Good 7-yard gain for the Chiefs.
Down to a minute 20 and counting. We may have enough tape to finish this game, folks.
Mike Dixon goes into the ball game. Brooks Burris comes out. Second down and 3.
Official stops the clock for the first down and gets a thing spotted and immediately signals to start that clock. We're down to 59 seconds to go.
Mike Burba, the ball carrier.
60-28 your score in a game pretty much dominated by Chillicothe, Ed.
No doubt about it, Barry. And again, the dominant thing for Chillicothe that we've seen tonight, they've kind of done it all, but their speed is what showed up most. Nice run in there, going to be close to first down by Phelps. To Scott Smith. Paul Phelps, the quarterback. Scott Smith on the run. Pickup of about 9 yards, going to bring up a second down. The clock continues to run. About time for one more play, Barry. So we're going to be able to say hasta la vista from the whole TV2 crew. Maybe we get a chance, Robert, if you got those crew in there, we can put it up, and if
Yeah,
not,
these kids do a nice job. A lot of hours for them.
a lot of hours. They do a good job.
There's your last play of the game, we hope.
Yeah!
We got it all. We got it all. So from the hilltop, there you see it, LHS TV.